The heart of your teams, the heart of Michigan. Bally Sports Detroit, the heart of the fan.
Over the weekend, 8 state champions were crowned at Ford Field, and a crop of seniors played their final high school football games. This afternoon, at the Legacy Center Sports Complex here in Brighton, another group of seniors will put a bow on their prep careers, and they'll do it playing alongside some of the best talent the state has to offer. This is the Legacy Senior All-Star Game, and it's presented by Meyer, where we'll celebrate some of the best football players across Michigan. And it starts now on Bally Sports. No matter what sport you care to play, the Legacy Sports Complex has it for you. It is simply spectacular. And today, football is highlighted here on Bally Sports. Hi, everybody. Glad to be with you on this Sunday alongside my friend and my partner, Evan Stockton. I'm Matt Shepard. We'll hear from Brooke Fletcher in a moment. This is the 4th annual Legacy All-Star Game, the 3rd one we carry here on Bally Sports. And Evan, you and I were walking around this gorgeous facility earlier today, talking with players, talking with coaches. I know it's not a state championship game, but it feels like it for these guys.
Look, there is only one proper way to end all the coverage we've had on Bally Sports this year of high school football, and it's this game. It's outstanding. This facility is gorgeous. Thank goodness we're playing this game indoors with the weather we've had the last 24 hours. It's going to be a great game. There is talent, Matt, from all over this state, and these guys are ready to shine this afternoon.
Yeah, it's leaps and bounds from when it first started a few years ago, and the way these kids are ready to go after it and try to impress some coaches and just get better film on hand so they can go out and further their football careers. The 3rd member of our broadcast team is Brooke Fletcher. She's standing by with 2 guys who are used to playing with one another on the same football team, but that's not the case today, Brooke.
Yeah, guys, that's one of the unique things about the Legacy All-Star Game is that we have players from across the state of Michigan. Like you said, Matt, they're teammates during the season, but we have some that are going head-to-head here today. And I'm here with 2 guys right now. We have Owen Teichner and we have Ben Meath, who play for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, but today they are enemies, guys. What does it mean to you to be playing in this Legacy All-Star Game?
It's pretty cool. Me and Ben, we put in work all season, and then to come here with a bunch of random guys from all across the state, and we came together in such a short time of period, and we're ready.
Well, you guys have been working all weekend to prepare for this game. How have the practices been going?
They've been long, but you got to get that playbook down so we can go out here and compete today.
What are you looking forward to most about this game, you would say?
Legacy destroying legends.
Oh, that was leading to my next question. I was like, the smack talking. So it's already begun. Has there been smack talking all weekend? Has he been chirping in your ear?
Yes. And I don't know if it's going to go down that way.
Hopefully we can get some reps on each other, see how that goes.
Okay. Well, he's the smack talker here. You got to give something back. Come on now.
I don't really got anything. I'll just show it out on the field.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. Well, what are you hoping your biggest takeaway is, you'd probably say, from this game?
Just learn from all these group of guys here. There's a lot I could learn, and I could definitely get better.
Well, I use this as an opportunity to help me try and get to the next level and just improve.
All right. Well, you guys have been working hard all weekend, practicing. You're meeting a lot of these players, probably friendships that will go beyond here past this game. But, guys, good luck, and we wish you the best. Have a good game, all right? All right, well, we have an exciting game coming your way. But before that, let's toss it up to Jim Shannon for the player introductions.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Legacy Center Sports Complex in Brighton for the 2021 All-Star Game, powered by Myers and Dick's Sporting Goods. Let's meet our starting lineups. First, wearing blue and white, the Legacy offensive starters coached by Devin Gardner. Wearing number 9 at quarterback from Dearborn High, Allie Murray. At running back from the Chargers at Crestwood, wearing number 7, Trinice Hammond. At wide receiver from Dearborn, wearing number 5, Adam Ramoni. At wide receiver from Farmington, wearing number 2, Evan Martin. At wide receiver from Farmington, wearing number 4, Jalen Silver. At wide receiver from Lansing Waverly, wearing number 19, Dylan Durrett. At offensive tackle from Sterling Heights Stevenson, wearing number 75, David Anchando. At offensive guard from the Lakers of West Bloomfield, wearing number 73, Jordan King. The center from Warren Woods Tower wears number 51, Chris Trepoff. At offensive guard for the Bulldogs of Brighton, wearing number 74, Aiden Webb. An offensive tackle wearing number 63 from the Hornets of Saline, Garrett Beasley. And now introducing the Legends defensive starters. They are wearing white trimmed in red, coached by Bill Coleman. From North Farmington, wearing number 55, Chief Udemba. From Wyoming at defensive tackle, wearing number 20, Isaiah Clark. At defensive tackle from the Chiefs of Canton, wearing number 56, Julian Baudou. At defensive end, wearing number 70 from Ecorse, Dion Dalton. At outside linebacker, wearing number 22 from Wayne Memorial, Trayvon Steverson. At inside linebacker from Portage Central, wearing number 9, Tyler Stolsky. At outside linebacker from Lowell, wearing number 6, Josh Rao. At cornerback, wearing number 21, from Grosse Pointe South, Daniel Lane. At cornerback, from the Griffins of Taylor, wearing number 14, Sheldon Bryant. At safety, wearing number 19, from Trenton, Jason Marshall. And at safety, from the Trojans of Monroe, wearing number 5, Carson De Serrano. Ladies and gentlemen, the Star Spangled Banner recalls our past, an ongoing fight for freedom, freedom of diversity, and our responsibility to promote respect for all. Let us be united in these efforts today as we join Detroit's own up-and-coming independent recording artists, Carson and Catherine Orr, in the singing of our national anthem.
rendition of our national anthem. Perfect way to start our Sunday. And a 104,000 square foot dome space here, the Legacy Sports Center, between two teams that should be evenly matched, but different rules than perhaps on what they're used to playing. No special teams in this one. You start from the 25-yard line after the opponent scores, and if you choose to punt and you're inside the 50, the ball is placed at the opposing team's 25. If it's in the opposing team's territory and you choose to give it back, it's on the opposing team's 15-yard line.
So, Matt, because there's no kicking in this game, it's going to be like that Alabama-Auburn overtime yesterday. We're going to see a lot of two-point conversions. Here's the deal. If you go from the 5, it's a 1-point conversion attempt. If you go from the 10, it's a 2-point conversion. You want to get really creative and aggressive. From the 15-yard line, you'll go for 3. Those are our rules after someone scores a touchdown today.
And I was kidding with our friend Devin Gardner and said, you better be going for 3 on a regular basis. I mean, he's the riverboat gambler as a quarterback. So my hope is your team, which is the Legacy team, is doing just that.
Well, number 98 for the Michigan Wolverines, there he is. Heard they won a pretty important football game yesterday. Chatting up the quarterbacks for Legacy. We'll see Murray and Brandon Mann, the 2 quarterbacks today for Legacy, which is in the navy blue. That resume for Devin Gardner speaks for itself. Someone who is so dedicated to high school football, Matt, in this state.
And young people's lives. So the former Wolverine against the former Spartan, Bill Coleman, who spent 4 years at East Lansing, over 1,800 yards receiving, was a 2-time state champion, 3-time state finalist as the quarterback for John Harrington at Harrison High School, where he threw for well over 7,000 yards and 77 touchdowns, both MHSAA records. Had a chance to visit with him on the field. He is locked in. He is into this big time. Has been watching his team practice for the last couple of days and has some really good insight on what they are capable of. And his team, knowing that the Legacy team won the coin flip and deferred to the second half, it will be the Legends team in red and white, starting with the football. Zach Olasuk, the quarterback from Livonia Franklin, wears 15 in red. And our referee, Michael Henry II, takes control right away. They'll start it at the 25-yard line. And there's Olasuk, 6'1", 175-pounder. Played flag football early on in his career. The coach quickly marveled at his athleticism and his arm. Low snap that he's forced to cover right away. Well, there's nervousness for these kids. They know there are coaches watching. They know there are coaches in attendance, and they want to be at their best too.
Yeah, it's like anything in life, right? You get one final shot at this level of high school football to impress people watching from all across the state of Michigan and beyond today. Yeah, of course there's some nerves, and we expect that for both sides early on in this ball game.
So he'll finally get a chance here, but behind the sticks. On a second down for Team Legends. To the air he goes. Across the middle. Beautiful throw. Right on the money to Kellen Reed. The Holt High School senior hauled it in for a first down.
And you talk about footwork, right? Quick drop, couple of steps, boom, out. Great looking spiral down the middle. That's one of those throws in between a couple of defenders. You got to squeeze it in there. Nice job by Reed, finding the space in the defense as well.
Yeah, great catch by Reed. Great hands. I was talking with Bill Coleman. He says Reed and number 1, Tyler Vroman, are the 2 guys, if he were trying to throw to back in his Harrison days, that he would want running routes for him. Good hard-earned run by Brian Morgan. Off to the right side. He's the senior from Houghton Lake. First-team All-Stater. I love the fact that these teams are wearing their high school helmets, don't you?
Yeah, I love it. It's like, in Major League Baseball when you used to wear your jerseys in the All-Star game, it was such a clean look.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've had some great sponsors with this game in the past, but it's great to have the helmets just so everyone knows where these guys are coming from today.
Yeah, I wish baseball would go back to that.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Morgan again. Change of direction. Flag on the play. First down run, but will it stand? So you get some good push up front by the big fellas. Good vision by Morgan to bounce it. And one of the things I love most
during the run, holding, offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay second down.
About this event is the fact that these kids at one point, when their team was eliminated in the playoffs, have the chance to play football any longer. Yet this gives them that opportunity to spin it one more time, make another tackle, another block, and who knows if their careers continue, but it's one last time for them.
Absolutely. And Matt, the unique thing about this game, we see the quarterback for Legend, Zach, here. He was playing last week in the state semis, right back in the field today.
A little jet motion to Kellen Reed. Good speed on the outside. And took some defenders for a ride near midfield. Offense clicking a little bit early on for Team Legend, isn't it?
And it's so impressive to watch the efficiency and the execution for these teams. Remember, if you're watching at home, these guys have known each other for literally 48 hours.
Right.
So the fact that they are running plays like this as efficiently as they are, I know they're darn good football players, but that's very impressive because this sport is a thinking man's game with that playbook.
It's a lot tougher than the Pro Bowl, for crying out loud. Pro Bowl, you go down there during the week in Honolulu for the NFL. Off play action. And not going to get there. Good pressure, good defense, and a tackle for loss for Michael Wanton.
So here you go. Not biting on the fake. Great job setting the edge, and Michael gets the sack. 6'2" senior from Benzie Central High. 225 miles from the Legacy Center, and we were talking, Matt, in our open today, right, about all of the various schools and areas of the state that are represented today. That's what's so unique about this year's edition of the Legacy Senior All-Star Game is more than ever before, every single corner of our great state is represented.
We went over the rules prior to our broadcast. Because Legends choose to punt it back to Legacy, and they're on the other side of the 50, Legacy gets it at the 25-yard line.
All right, so here we go. Ollie Murray, the 6-foot senior from Dearborn. Excellent year for Dearborn this season. Excellent year for Dearborn football, period. The Tractors had a heck of a year. Murray's going to start at quarterback for Team Legacy. Tronice Hammond back behind him. Senior from Dearborn Heights, Crestwood. He had a heck of a season running the ball.
Prior to the snap, illegal substitution. Offense.
What is Devin Gardner doing? How is Devin Gardner? Before they even take a snap, how is Devin Gardner's team getting illegal substitution? How does that happen, Devin?
I mean, it's pretty ridiculous. There's no way it should ever happen. You got guys in the huddle. You can't have a penalty like that when you're coming from the sideline. But I was trying to let the defense know something. I got to make sure I get a better handle on everything that's going on. But watch this, though.
You have set the bar very high. I want you to know that.
Watch this.
Oh, boy, here we go. Murray taking a shot. He's got a guy wide open.
We're gone.
Adam Ramoudi for 6. Devin Gardner called it.
No flags, of course. That's what I'm talking about. Whoa! That's how you start a football game.
Devin Gardner, a riverboat gambler. We love it.
1 or 2 or 3.
1.
Oh, my gosh. You're going for 1? A quarterback at the University of Michigan, and you're going for 1.
Don't worry about that.
Oh.
I know you just saw that. Don't worry about that.
How long have you had that playbook in your back pocket?
Hey, don't worry
that
about
was beautiful.
that.
How long have you had it?
I mean, we really kind of set that up. We wanted to scoot back some so that the touchdown would be longer. That's why we sent 12 guys out.
Are you out of breath because you just ran 80 yards?
Hey, Shep, you mind your business, okay?
Here's the 1-point conversion.
They didn't get it. Devin, that's what you get for after gambling on the first play. You don't gamble on the second.
Hey, so after that happens,
all right, so Murray,
a lot of energy, a lot of
after
stuff
the
going
great
on, right?
call from Devin, gets the touchdown to Ramuni. Teammate to teammate, a couple of guys who were playing at Dearborn High with the chemistry, Matt, in the Legacy Senior All-Star game. That's a heck of a way to start it, huh?
They had a couple of guys open. That is well designed by Devin Gardner. And like you mentioned during the call, he called it. He knew it was going to work. That is something that looked like maybe he drew up in his backyard when he was the Q at Inkster. And UAD Jesuit before that. That's a beautiful ball, by the way. Gorgeous. Jeremiah Drake is the new quarterback for Team Legends out of Godwin Heights. And immediately goes to work on a slant. It is incomplete, or was that called in? Yeah, they called it complete. And an injury to Tyler Vroman. Jeremiah Drake stays in at quarterback. And some new receivers out there for him. Looking forward to trying moving his team downfield. This is a second down and short situation for Team Legends. 3 slot receivers out there and 1 receiver tall enough to be considered a wideout. They'll go on the ground, but tough sledding up the middle. Good play up the middle by a stout defensive line. There's the bio on Jeremiah Drake. Big kid, 6'5", 220. Plenty of smaller school offers. Might be able to turn a head or two for some bigger schools, but either way, he's got a choice of some really good schools to play football. Hillsdale, an outstanding football program for the most part.
Matt, I know this is going to shock all the people watching at home. Jeremiah Drake, 6'5", 220. Yes, he also plays basketball.
Yeah. No surprise there, right? All-conference performer and a 3-year varsity player. On the give, and a good lane on the left side. Starter step past the 45 to the 47-yard line. Nice run there for Wesley Faulkner, the senior from Canton. He's a 2-time all-conference player. Just 5'10", 185, but he was the Zenith Classic MVP when he played. And those are some of the schools that are looking for his efforts in their programs next season.
Matt, as we know, there have been so many talented football players to come out of Canton, so many great runners with that offense the Chiefs run, and Wesley Faulkner, as you can tell by all the helmet stickers, has had quite the career for the Chiefs.
Well, there's a big talent pool there in Plymouth, right? You got Plymouth High School, you got Plymouth Salem, and then you've got Plymouth Canton. There's a lot from which to choose. Through the air, and a home run ball. Downfield, Reed leaps up, got it! Inside the 10, broke the tackle, touchdown. What an adjustment by Kellen Reed. Dance, young man, you've earned it.
Yeah, this is a great route and a great catch by Reed, but let's watch the throw, too, from Jeremiah Drake. What a pretty ball this is. Long hair, flapping, dropping back with all the time in the world. Hang that thing in a museum. That's gorgeous.
Legends to attempt 1 extra point.
Yeah, Christian Bowler was right there, but Reed won that one-on-one battle to take it away from the defensive back for Team Legacy. What will Mill Coleman do?
It appears he's going for 1.
Reed going to Grand Valley State, where they will use his services. He can get open. He's got great hands and runs really good routes. Break out of the pistol. Throws on a slant and incomplete. We've got 2 outstanding high school quarterbacks as coaches on each sideline, and both have been going for 1-point conversion so far. Surprising.
Yeah, this is good coverage, Matt. Joshua Nichols, number 10. Let's get another look at that touchdown. I mean, we talked about the speed of Kellen Reed. He's going to Grand Valley. I know somewhere Rob Rubik is watching this game and smiling because he's about to be a Laker. And Kellen got that track speed from his dad, ran track at IU for the Hoosiers.
And Matt Mitchell just as happy because he's the head coach of that Laker football program. Let's go down to Brooke Fletcher. Brooke?
Yeah, I'm with Kellen now. Kellen, showing off your athleticism there. How good did that touchdown feel?
That felt amazing. I'm so happy to be scoring in this game. It's an opportunity to be here in the first place, but to score just makes it so much better.
Well, I saw the touchdown dance. You got some moves. Can I get a little move?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, you showed off your athleticism, but you come from a family of athletes. Your dad ran track at IU, and then your sister is a gymnast at Western Michigan. Who's the best athlete in the family? I got to ask.
Me for sure.
Wow, no hesitation there. No hesitation. Well, you're going to Grand Valley next year. What are you looking forward to most about going there?
Just the culture. I like to meet new people, and I'm glad to play with another team. Like different people, different chemistry. Just become a new family.
Yeah, well, I mean, you are meeting a lot of new players this weekend. You just met them a couple of days ago, so how are the practices going?
The practices have been going great. We're like one big family already. It feels like we've been practicing for years. We just know each other so well now. It's really cool.
Well, you're being coached by Mill the Thrill. How's that been working with him?
It was so cool to meet him. I haven't met that many big faces, but it was really cool to meet him.
What was the biggest advice from him coming into this game?
He's just telling us to leave it out on the field because this is our last chance right here.
Okay, can you leave me with one more dance move? You just got good dance moves, yeah. No, backflip? Backflip? Do it safely. Oh my Lord.
Oh man, come on.
I was a cheerleader back in high school, and you made that look easy. I worked on that for years. I'm a little jealous, not gonna lie. All right, well, I'm glad you did that safely. Congratulations. Good luck with the rest of the game. All right, guys, back
Brooke,
to you.
wait a minute. Hold on, Brooke. Come on. Let's see the backflip from you. Come on.
I'm showing my age here, but if I tried a backflip, you would probably have to take me out on a stretcher.
All right, we don't want that. That's all right. But those were good moves, man. He can dance. I love it. He's got a great attitude and great personality. As you guys had mentioned, his father running track at IU, a Big Ten champ in high jump and long jump. But could Dad do this? Oh, man, Kellen, what a move. That's beautiful.
Watching that, I just tore every muscle in my body.
Me too. Come on. I'm lucky if I can bend over and pick up a pen off the ground.
All right, so remember here, Matt, we're switching sides of the field. Let's get a reminder of the punting rules in this game because we are not having extra points. We're not having punting rules. So here you go. If you decide to punt, if you're inside the 50-yard line, you're going to put the ball in the opposing 25. If you're in opponent's territory and you decide punt for whatever reason, the ball will go on the opposing 15-yard line. So now we are flipping to the 25-yard line. Team Legends getting the ball again.
And extra points. This game is tied at 6 because either coach wanted to go more for the 1 point conversion from the 5-yard line. If you want to go for 2, you have to travel 10 yards and 3 points from the 15-yard line because, as Evan mentioned, no special teams. Zach Olasuk is back in at quarterback out of Livonia Franklin. Bill Coleman's going to rotate his quarterbacks, and this is a quarterback draw. Might have picked up.
How about that sucking up space in the middle by Armand Parker, the 6'4" senior from Fortson. His twin brother, Javon, is also in this game. A couple of twin brother tractors. A couple of guys who have some schools all over them, as you can see on the screen.
They are big as tractors, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Got to get a jumbo-sized one.
You saw them the first week of the season on our Football Friday night coverage here on Bally Sports. And look at that. Michigan State, Illinois, Western. It's high-end stuff right there. On a jet motion. Good job by Parker. Moving along that defensive line, left to right. Javon Parker continues to excel. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell them apart, Evan, but I can tell you this. They're both talented.
I mean, come on now. This guy's 6'4", 295, and he is chasing down a jet sweep. Talk about athleticism.
That's good stuff right there. You can understand why Mel Tucker and Brett Bielema are all over him. Bielema at Illinois. Mel Tucker's team won a big game yesterday. Illinois won a big game yesterday. Illinois blew out Northwestern. And Michigan State in a snow-filled Spartan Stadium took care of business against Penn State by 3. On a 3rd and 10, pressure comes. Good job stepping up in the pocket, and the pass incomplete. Intended there for Cassius Blankenberg from Holt.
So, Matt, on our first week of Football Fridays at Wayne State, Dearborn Forts and Canton played a really good ball game that we had here on Bally Sports. And just take a look at all the highlights we have got for Javon Parker. Yeah, that's Ollie Murray, who's playing in this game. That's who he just brought down to the backfield. And that is some violence. And that is a guy who can take up a lot of blocks in the middle of the D. Some future college is going to be very happy to have that young man.
Those guys are maulers. They're not defensive linemen. They are maulers in the middle of that line. That's almost unfair, throwing guys around like they're nothing.
I'm glad they both left the bench because it's true. They're twins. You really can't tell them apart. All right, so here we go. The senior from Country Day, Brandon Mann, into the ball game. Got away from pressure.
Good footwork and a big arm.
Yeah, gorgeous throw down the field. Going for Lamooney again. Tatum already has one touchdown in this ball game. Brandon Mann sure looks the part. He's 6'4", 225. Our player profile brought to you by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. He has got his pick of the litter, Matt, on where he wants to go to school. Those are some pretty fine places to play football, huh?
Yeah, no question. Kent State, verbally committed to Kent State, loved the coaching staff there and how comfortable he felt, but not formally committed just yet. You don't sign that paper yet, but he's got a great size about him at the quarterback position. Everything's a fastball out of his arm, too.
Yeah, that is Jalen Silver. That's a great tackle. Swarming to the football. Legends D outright to him.
Yeah, Carson De Serrano from Monroe High School, whose dad wouldn't allow him to play football while he was in 7th grade or 8th grade, but when he moved in with his mom, she said, go right ahead. We know how passionate you are about it. Speaking of passion, the Parker brothers are passionate about this great game, and Brooke Fletcher is with them. Brooke?
Yeah, Matt, I'm here with them now. Guys, first off, I mean, how tall are you guys?
He's 6'4". He's 6'4".
6'4"?
Yeah, 6'4".
Yeah, same. This is a huge opportunity for you guys. What does it mean to play in the Legacy All-Star Game?
Man, it means a lot. I just want to come out here and compete against them. And I might as well get offers, scholarship offers. Compete against the best competition in Michigan. That's what I like to do. Get opportunities from this, and I'm happy for them.
Well, we saw you guys earlier this year. Fortson, you guys had a great season. So you guys won a district championship. How special was that for you?
It was really special, but we wasn't counting on it. We was waiting for the state championship, but we'll take what we get. We didn't end it like we wanted to, but I don't know.
You had a lot of big wins, including going up against Cass Tech. Now, we know how notable that program is. How sweet was it to get a win against those guys?
It was nice because everybody was against us. We just had to, in practice, we had to go full speed at it every time to beat them. So that's what we did.
That's what?
We was happy about it. We went out there and we had to do what we got to do, so we came up with the win.
All right. Well, guys, good luck at the rest of the day. And, guys, I'll toss it back to you.
Hey, Brooke, ask them what the grocery bill is in the Parker household. Can you do that for me? What's the grocery bill?
I'm so curious. It's probably, how much is your grocery bill? Shep's asking.
It's a lot. It's like, I don't know. You got to ask my mom. She's over here somewhere. It's a lot.
How many gallons of milk per week?
What's your go-to meal? I'm curious.
Chicken and fries. I like fried chicken and fries.
Nice. Chick-fil-A fan?
Yes. Yeah, big Chick-fil-A fan.
Me too. All right.
Big man. He's a big man. I mean, right now, Mom is going home. I'll tell you what, she probably has to go to the grocery store at least 3 times a week for those big fellas, but they can play. They've got great movement. We look at linemen. We look at the size and the girth, right? But their feet is what is impressive as anything else. If you're looking for a characteristic for linemen, guys like that, look at how quickly they move their feet. That's why they can move sideline to sideline so well.
Well, look, Matt, you look at any level of football. It doesn't matter, high school, college, pro. Yeah, these guys are big. Those 2 boys are big. But as you say, being nimble brings you to the next level. We look at the best defensive lineman in the NFL, Aaron Donald, not the biggest dude in the world, but the way he can go sideline to sideline. Yes, I'm giving the Parker twins the biggest compliment of their life. I'm putting them in the same sentence with Aaron Donald. But in all seriousness, the way they can move around the field is going to make a college, or colleges, very happy in the near future.
And those are impact players, folks. I mean, they could come in and you could see them getting big-time play right away for whatever college they go to. Up the middle, Faulkner. Not much there, and a late flag flies.
Somebody lost a helmet.
Stop on the play by Josh Nichols.
What number?
All technically on the play as well for the Legacy.
1:27 left to go here in this opening quarter. Both teams have struck for big pass plays for touchdowns, but both missed the 1-point extra points.
Whoa. Here we go. Here you go.
Found the camera.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. That'd be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. The result of the play would be first down.
Some aggressive play biting you on the backside right there.
Yeah, otherwise, Legends, Evan was going to have to punt it back or at least give it back. There's no punting, no special teams in this. That's discipline, and Devin Gardner can't stand a lack of discipline.
Ball 15 yards.
15 yards, and it's close to midfield.
Legends from their own 48.
Jeremiah Drake has the touchdown pass for Team Legends. Godwin Heights, the 3-year varsity starter, off play action. Drops back on a post route, and it is knocked away. Good defensive play there.
Jeremiah Drake's pass intended for Tyler Stolsky was incomplete.
All right, Matt, let's watch it again. Drake is trying to fit it into a little window here, and athleticism. Get up, Tristan Hoke. Guy who has battled through some injuries in his high school career. Won North Farmington's Team Perseverance Award last year. Rehab from an injury in time to get back for the playoffs. Sure looks healthy out there. That was one heck of a play.
Yeah, really nice representative of the Raider football family. On a 2nd down and 10. Drake will keep it himself. What's the kind of wheels he's got looking for the edge? We know how big and strong he is. A lot of times we carry defenders. That time, Stephen Brown, Lake Orion went for a little bit of a ride. Jeremiah Drake at 6'5", 220. Being able to move a little bit, being nimble sure helps your cause. Because that's what college football is today. Quarterbacks have to be able to move. It's not just all about pocket passing anymore.
Oh my goodness, you have to have athleticism at the quarterback spot, it seems like. And Stephen Brown did a very good job there, helping to get Jeremiah Drake to the ground. Stephen, a guy for Lake Orion, 5'10", 170, a track star in his free time. He was a 100-meter finalist in the state last year.
I'd like to see him in the slot as well, offensively, for the Dragons. Looking to get vertical. Good cut. Drake still on his feet, and he lunges close to the 25. You wanted to see him run? That's a pretty good example right there.
You know, when guys are this big, Matt, you sometimes think, oh, they can't run or they're moving slow. But watch these big, long strides for Jeremiah. 2 steps and he's 5 yards down the field.
Yeah, that's great camera work, too. Good eyes as well. I mean, that feel is one thing, but to have that vision, we saw it all weekend long at Ford Field. Those best running backs the state has to offer, their eyesight, their feel, and their feet, all part of the total package. What makes them so great? 30 seconds remaining in this opening quarter in a tie ball game. Jeremiah Drake he goes to speed training during the season and during the offseason. It sure helped on that play right there. On a 1st and 10, off play action. That's a long throw and a tough one. You want to measure a quarterback's strength of arm, that's how you do it right there. Yeah, it's a long throw, and it was complete there to Cassius Blankenberg.
Jeremiah Drake and Team Legends battling Team Legacy on a Sunday afternoon in the state of Michigan as we wrap up the high school football season in our great state. We got some fireworks all over the Legacy Center in Brighton. Up and down the field we go. Anna Mooney scored first, and then right back Kellen Reed came for Legends. Tie ball game after 1.
The Legacy Senior All-Star Game on Bally Sports is brought to you by Meyer. Higher standards, lower prices. By your local Toyota dealer. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Legacy Center Sports Complex, a world-class experience. With Evan Stockton and Brooke Fletcher, I'm Matt Shepard. We're glad you're with us on this Sunday afternoon, and we're glad to welcome in the assistant director here, Lewis Adams, who played at Oklahoma State, played for the Tennessee Titans, played for the Green Bay Packers, and is all smiles today, not just because he had a great Thanksgiving with his family, but because this is a really cool event. Lewis, thanks for joining us. How are you, man? What do you like most as Drake goes up top and a little rainbow unable to come down with it? What do you like most about this event here and how it helps these young student athletes?
The experience, the camaraderie, the kids, the relationships they build, is amazing. Like, I played in one in college, so I was just talking to them this whole weekend about get to enjoy this experience, because you never know when your last play or your last game or whatever, so enjoy this time.
Lewis, what is some of the advice that you got when you were this age of the guys in the field today that you remembered as you went on in your football career that stuck with you?
Pretty much just love the experience, and go hard and really just focus on just making a play. Don't worry about so many of the cameras and everything, because kids try to play and do so much. Great pass.
Great look and great run afterwards by Brian Morgan. He's into the end zone, and Legends has its first lead.
So pretty much just enjoy the experience. Colleges look for like how fast kids could pick things up, and sometimes the All-Star game will give them that insight.
But you're helping kids in more than just on the field to play with football. When these guys go and play at the next level, what's that advice you're giving to them so they can have balance in their life?
Wow, that's a great question. Just enjoy what you learn from. I think football to me is the greatest sport to teach you life lessons, right? You could take it from, if you're selling cars to insurance
running a company.
Guy, running a company. So I think you get all that from football, and especially from great coaches.
Yeah, I've said this forever. It's the ultimate team sport.
It's the ultimate team sport.
You and I may not always get along, but we have to get along when we're wearing the same uniform for the same goal. As Legends goes for the extra point here.
Is that going for two?
They are going for two. They're going to roll it.
Drake lobs it up. Out of bounds. Out of bounds.
Yeah, out of bounds. But still, 12-6 Legend. We've noticed how this has gotten better, too. I mean,
yes.
when this first started, there were some players here that you thought were a little questionable. Now, you're seeing big-time athletes. How proud are you that you've seen it evolve the way that?
I guess got a great leader, right? Justice Asante is a great leader, from his mindset to the coaches that's been involved in our program with their body of work. We got some great coaches that helped us build our program to where it is today. And, with Justice's mindset and the coaches who came through with their body of work, we got coaches actually coaching this game that could really coach at a college level. We got some great guys. So I think that's the biggest part, right?
Yeah, and Justin Sasante, part of our Bally Sports family, doing color analyst work for the state championships and our Football Fridays. He did a really nice job and really started this whole program.
Yes,
right?
He has. Since day one, I was with Justin. We started with like 15, 20 kids on a hardwood court. And, to where it is today in 9 states, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Lewis, you'll be happy to know that Justin was my high school football coach at Detroit Catholic Central. So we are really going full circle and full calendar here. It's very strange. It's very strange. I'm curious. Everyone talks today about how high school athletes are different than they used to be 20, 30 years ago, yada, yada, yada. How do you see it? Are kids same? Are they different? What do you see?
They're much bigger. I totally agree with that. Like, you know, I was just sizing myself up with those two Forcing boys, you know. Like, wow.
Parkers?
Yeah, the Parker brothers. Like, man, these kids are huge. So they're much bigger. I think the speed is always the same, but the kids now, the size, and now the opportunity with places like this, the indoor facilities, kids have no excuse to not to, you know, make it.
We went over your resume and the high level you played at. Who was most influential, and how have they affected you in a way that you affect these young men?
Wow, it was definitely my mother. It was definitely my mother. She was very stern and hard on me. I mean, I remember times she would let me make me go outside and jump rope until I started crying. So it was that much. She wanted me to be great, you know, and have that much, where I didn't give up on myself. You know, so.
How much responsibility do you take to be that type of influence for these players that you were, like your mom was?
Yeah, they need that, right? I think every kid needs that person, not to just tell them great job every time. They need someone to actually push them and, you know, correct, you know, their mistakes instead of saying good job.
All right, tell us a little bit more about this facility. It is a gorgeous facility, but you have expanded. It's not just football anymore. You've got basketball, you've got volleyball. Why dip into those sports, and how have you helped those student athletes trying to aspire to a next level in those sports as well?
Well, it's developed. Legacy is developed around its own club leagues, and half of it is just providing a facility and involving great coaches to come in and run the facility.
Are we getting a run in, guys, after this game on that court? I mean, that is absolutely beautiful. If you look at all the basketball facilities,
amazing,
you talk about
man.
the growth. It truly is incredible. You know, we've been here within the last couple of years, and to see everything continue to develop, you say it, just seeing and having these athletes across our state having the chance to keep bettering their game, it just makes everything all around better, I'd imagine, huh?
Yeah, it comes from, right, great facility, right? You want to be a part of that. I think the Goebel family really did an amazing job for what they do and what they provide for student athletes.
I want to get into the coaches, too, and how you select them, because in the past we've had Mike Martin, Greg Jones. This year we have Devin Gardner, we have Mill Coleman. These are iconic figures in the state of Michigan, and you go out and you get guys who really want to make an impact on these young men. How important has that been for you guys?
It's been fascinating. I mean, I think they come to us too. You know, they hear about what we offer and they want to be a part of it. You know, so, the Mike Martins and Joik Bells, they all you know, eventually want to be a part of what we're doing. They see what we're doing is positive, and they want to be a part of that movement.
And they care. And Devin Gardner was a pretty good play caller there on that first play, didn't you think?
That was. Actually, he caught that ear from the plane. He wanted to go up top the first play.
Is that true, Dev? You called it in from the plane?
Without question.
You are so big time. It is unbelievable.
That's what I'm talking about.
Great run.
Yeah. Tronice Hammond keeping those legs turning. That's
You like
not
that
gonna
curve to go
Working
for it on
with
form,
that
don't you,
kid this
Shep?
weekend was amazing.
It really was. It really was. Did you enjoy your holiday, by the way?
I did.
Is it good to be back home?
It is, you know.
Nice shot.
That's why I tell the kids how football took me all over the world,
right.
Man. I would do it all over again, you know, just that experience, being able to travel all over the world. Where I came from, grew up in Pontiac, and being able to go over to Europe and play in Hawaii, things like that.
What are a couple of the stories, Lewis, from your football career? That's a heck of a throw by Brandon Mann, by the way.
Beautiful throw. Cross his body.
Yeah, Tillman Jones in open space for a first down. What are some of the stories from your football career? Now you sit back in a spot like this and go, that happened to me. I got to do that.
Right. You know, it was awesome. It didn't hit me, I guess, until after I was done playing. You know, how surreal it was playing. Like, I played with Eddie George, Steve McNair, the great Steve McNair, Brett Favre, just seeing these guys and, you know, seeing them now, it's like, wow, I played with that guy. So
yeah.
I'm able to tell, you know, my kids I played with some phenomenal athletes. You know, I was there, you know.
Well, you have had to have a very high level of compete and work ethic. Is that something that was enhanced when you played with great players like those you just mentioned?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just, you know, I like these kids. I'm assuming their dream, I know their dream is to play at that level. So, you know, that was the push and the drive for me, just to play on a Sunday, or, you know, being at the high school level, already having my mindset at a college level. Like, I want to play on a Saturday, you know, so that was the drive.
Well, you're seeing it out here with these young men, too. They're hoping to do what you did. Oklahoma State, the Tennessee Titans, the Green Bay Packers, played for Amsterdam out in Europe.
He got rid of it.
Man, that is incredible strength from Brandon Mann. You got a defender draped on his back. Deion Dalton, the senior, all over Brandon, but that's 6'4", 225, Lewis. With the arm strength to get it away. Let's look at it again.
Quarterback in high school, ain't that something? Amazing size, man.
When you were playing high school ball with a quarterback 6'4", 225?
I wasn't. I played with my brother, who was probably half my size, and he did pretty good just handing the ball off to me.
You know, Mann looks like a guy. He looks like a man first and foremost, but second of all, he looks like he's more of a defensive end than a quarterback. And that's really one of the things that has changed the most.
Yes,
in football. Don't you think?
Football, yes, the size of these kids with the speed and the arm strength. His arm strength is amazing.
Well, listen, thank you very much for the hospitality. It's great to visit with you. We hope to see you again as more pressure comes, and this time getting the better of that defense. And that, well, I guess the offense, Deion Dalton, number 70 in white.
Matt, if we learned on the last play, it doesn't take one guy to get Brandon Mann down, so let's send 3 at him, eh? And they get Brandon Mann down. That is some really great pressure again from Deion Dalton. 6'6" senior, who's really been impressive on these last couple of snaps in terms of pass rush.
Very impressive.
Lewis, thanks again for the hospitality. It's great to visit with you. Appreciate all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
You bet.
Appreciate you, Lewis. Thank you for your time.
This is a 4th down. They're going to go for it, Evan.
All right, here we go. Man, play action. Down the middle. Got him again. Adam Ramuti saying hello to the state of Michigan. He keeps getting behind the D.
Another big arm. Shows you just what he can do. When given time, scans the field, and just a seam route. That's all it is. But great adjustment for the second time. You know, Brooke Fletcher talked with Adam Ramuti after he scored his first touchdown. That catch better because of what he had to do, locating the ball, then readjusting to haul it in.
And Brandon Mann put him in the right spot for his receiver to go get it. Throw to the outside, not going to get away. Silver brought down.
Daniel Lane, really good, Evan. I mean, this is probably the best corner the Team Legends has. When you talk to Mill Coleman, you say, what's the guy, if you were a wide receiver at Michigan State, who's the one guy who would be the biggest challenge when you go up? He mentioned Daniel Lane because of his length and because of his speed. 6'2", $195, and getting recruited for some really good football.
Daniel Lane, Will Johnson, decent little defensive backfield this year for Grosse Pointe South.
Yeah, I would say so. Will Johnson, one of the best athletes in the state of Michigan right now.
Let's see if Legacy can punch this thing in here, Matt. And joined by Hammond in the backfield.
Looking for the equalizer here.
Gotta check that play sheet. Give to Hammond. There you go. There's the equalizer. A powerful touchdown run.
Hammond. 5-yard run.
Big fellas up front, moving the pile. I mean, he didn't get touched until he was in the end zone. That tells you something about a good blocking scheme and really good push up front.
Poor Sheldon Bryant was the guy who had to try to bring down the freight train truck of Tronice Hammond running into the end zone. All right, so Evan Gardner and Team Legacy went for the 5-yard line 1-point try earlier. Looks like they're doing that again to try to take the lead.
Stunned, just really surprised. Borderline disappointed that he doesn't go for 2 or 3.
I mean, this is to take the lead. I don't blame him here. And, man, missed his guy. Evan Martin had a step, and Evan Gardner's team is still tied. We are seeing some outstanding athleticism here at the Legacy Center. Tronice Hammond, the senior from Dearborn Heights Crestwood, has just tied up the football game. Legacy Senior All-Star Game at the Legacy Center in Brighton. It's a gorgeous facility, and a great ball game is breaking out. Down to the field we go. Brooke Fletcher standing by with the guy who just scored the last touchdown for Team Legacy.
Yeah, I'm here with Chinese. Chinese, you tied the game up. Walk me through that play call to get you in the end zone.
We went empty, and then we switched it to the goal line. We was going to run a boot pass, but then he seen the gap was open, so he switched it to 62. And when he handed it off, I seen the big gap open, and I just took it. And I want to give thanks to my line because they opened it up real good. So, yeah, it was, yeah.
I saw your head coach, Devin Gardner, come up and gave you a little fist bump. What's it been like playing for him over the last few days?
It's been good. I'm happy he's my coach, and I can learn a lot. He can teach me a lot in the game of football. So I'm very thankful.
Has he given you any sort of advice? You said you can learn a lot from him.
When we was in there, he had talked to us. He was like, just come out and have fun, really. That's the main thing in football, just have fun.
Well, you got an exciting year coming up. You're going to Morgan State. What are you looking forward to most about playing there?
Winning. Building a great thing over there. Building family for real. I'm just happy that I got the opportunity to get a Division I offer and be able to play college football. So, yeah, I'm very happy.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your day, all right? All right, guys, I'll send it up to you.
That's great stuff. I love that, the family atmosphere, and being able to continue to play college football. They got a good one. He can pound it inside, and he's got enough speed to break it to the outside. And Devin Gardner made sure that he was able to utilize that type of skill set. But, Dev, those big fellas up front, they used to protect you, so you had time to throw the football. How come there's not much love for the big fellas in the trenches?
Oh, no, I'm giving a lot of love to the big fellas. I mean, the Parker twins, they don't usually play offense in this game, but when we need to play, we slide them right on in there, and that's why we got that big hole to get a first down as we give up a completion down the field.
There's a hole shot right there. Boy, Kellen Reed has had a phenomenal game so far for Team Legends. The senior out of Holt High School has been uncoverable so far by your defense.
I mean, it's all about the speed, right? Talked about his dad was a track star. His sister played hoops at Western Michigan as well.
Man, that was a nice throw by that quarterback.
Yeah,
he puts it right in the hole in between the safety and the corner. We got to do a better job by the corner position. If we don't have a threat in the flat, we have to sink and stop covering green grass.
Is that one of your favorite throws right there, those hole shots?
Yeah, you got to love hole shots, right? And it takes a man to make the throw, right? You got to put that thing tight to the sideline to make sure it stays away from the safety and away from the corner. It's a difficult throw, but he made it look easy there.
This time on the ground and a little bit of a hole. Breaking tackles and bouncing to the outside, then lowering the shoulder, Wesley Faulkner from Canton. That's a really good run right there.
Matt, they say as a running back, you got to make one guy miss. Faulkner makes Sean Field miss, makes one more guy miss for good measure, and then finishes it powerfully. Sometimes as a back, just to get those blocks set up, you make one guy miss and the Red Sea parts, and that's exactly what just happened.
Down to the 12-yard line in a good ball game, tied at 12. Dev, how many plays does your offense have?
67.
67 plays.
Yeah, 67 for sure.
To learn.
No, actually, I take that back. 98.
Oh, there you go.
How do you have a 31-play disparity?
I forgot. We have so many, 98 of them, and they're good ones, as you can see.
They sure look like it. Yeah. Trying to get some man-to-man here. You got it on the way outside. Instead, Faulkner up the middle. A little reward, perhaps, for that last run, huh?
We've got to do a better job of setting the edge of our edge defenders. If we can do that, we can really make some noise here. Second and long is a good down and distance ball. We got to make sure we don't allow them to catch those slants, those hole shots, those things. And the closer you get down the red zone, the harder it is to score, right? So we're kind of at an advantage, especially since they haven't played with each other and the timing won't be there.
The analyst in you never leaves, even during a game you're coaching. I love it. No, I mean, let's embrace it. It's tough to run against your defense with Armand Parker, Javon Parker, and Noah Gradalis. I mean, up front there, those guys are big and stout.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Let's see what Mill Coleman has
if
dialed
I'm
up
Mill Coleman right here, I will get a combination down here at the bottom of the screen with Reed and number 8 coming in motion here.
Instead, Faulkner. Oh,
and
good.
That's why
Jump
it didn't
step.
work.
Yeah, a little hop.
Mill. Somebody better get Mill a mic so I can tell him what to do.
We tried to.
Why are you trying to hurt your own team?
I'm trying to watch these young men play well. I'm here for well played football, and my team will just win.
I think you're getting it. You and I called this game 2 years ago. The level of play has increased, don't you think?
Without question. You're absolutely right, Chef. I mean, it's significantly, it's cleaner, right? It's cleaner. Guys are making plays. It seems like everybody knows what they're doing this year. It's really good how it's kind of developed over the last couple of years. Third down. Here we go. Money down. Hey, we gotta have it. We gotta have a play on third down.
They'll throw for it on a slant and incomplete.
Nice job. That's a pick, though. We got to make that play.
Good coverage by Stephen Brown.
Well, here's the speed, Matt, we were talking about earlier for Brown. This is a guy who runs a sub 4.5 40. That's a nice little break on the ball, huh? Knock it away. That was a good throw.
Hey, do it again. Got to do it again.
From the 10-yard line, it'll be fourth down. What are you thinking here, Dev? What does your defense need to do? What do you think they're going to run here?
Well, for me, I mean, that was a play that they had right there, and we drove on it very, very aggressively. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get him on a sprint out and do a slant return and kind of use our aggressiveness against us. Hopefully he doesn't do that.
Would you blitz here?
We can't blitz. It's a rule.
But if you that's a trick question.
Right. I would heat him up.
That is a trick question. Yeah. Got to look right. Rolling right. Back of the end zone. Touchdown. Ben Meath escaped his guy and found an opening, and it paid off.
That's the worst fear, right? Down here in the red zone. A guy that can move around and run and make plays, because you want your guys to plaster, you want the defense to plaster, but they always just drop a guy and they're trying to go make a play on the quarterback, and then he pops it right behind him for a touchdown.
When you look at the opposition, you look at Legends, are you noting some of their players and how good they've been here today too?
Yeah, without question. These quarterbacks on that team were playing well, just like ours. I mean, getting on the edge and making plays, that's what you have to do when you're down here tight. Like I said before, it's really tight and it's hard to make plays because there's 11 guys on defense, right? They're all in covering up all the spaces, especially when you drop in zones since we can't blitz. And when you get on that edge, we have to learn to plaster. And plaster means get to the receiver that you were covering and make sure he can't catch the ball. We didn't do it there. Touchdown, Legend.
Coach Coleman will go for one. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Nice job.
Good effort on the part of Adam LeDuc from Sterling Heights Stevenson, but not before Legends takes their second lead of the game. Keeping the play alive and then finding an opening. Ben Meath and Legends makes it pay off.
Almost one half of football done from the Legacy Center in Brighton. Coming up the half, we'll take you inside the making of this Legacy Senior All-Star game. How do a group of coaches and kids from all over Michigan prepare to play a ball game in 48 hours? We'll show you how. Plus, Rob Rubik reflects on the 2021 high school football season. He looks back on our fun fall of football Fridays across the state of Michigan.
That was a great fall, wasn't it?
Oh, it was so much fun. Got to see great players like Ollie Murray slinging around the field. Jalen Silver across into enemy territory. There's another good throw, Matt.
Yeah, seam right there, a little post route, and right on the money. I'll tell you what, these quarterbacks, when given time, have been dynamite.
Jalen's the oldest of 5 kids. He's the only boy. 4 sisters and 1 boy. God bless you, Jalen. All right, let's see if...
Fight for that bathroom time.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Jalen's going to watch back this broadcast and go, thank you for finally saying it. Murray again.
Uh-oh, picked off. That is intercepted by Carson De Serrano. Perfect timing from the Monroe High School senior.
Honestly, Matt, this is the only mistake that any of the quarterbacks have made today. I think Murray just gets a little greedy here. And as you say, De Serrano reading the eyes. I'm sure Devin would tell us, right? As a quarterback, never look exactly where you're going to throw the ball, or at least don't look off the DBs. And Carson's a smart guy. I think that's exactly what Devin Gardner is saying to Murray right now.
Devin, Devin, how do you help right there? How did you help Ollie Murray? What happened? What did you see there, Dev?
Yeah, I mean, the play's over, right? That's the first thing. You have to forget about it. It's already been done. You can't do anything about it. You're going to get more opportunities later in the game. So that's the first thing. Secondly, okay, you can make a better throw, maybe a better read. You probably want to get that as a 2-ball in the whole shot rather than throwing it up at like a goal with a half safety. But the most important thing is you have to forget about that because you need to move forward. The game has another half. Our defense is going to get a stop here, and you're going to get another opportunity.
Well said, my friend. Let's go down to Brooke Fletcher. She's with Zach Olasek.
Yeah, guys, I'm joined by Zach now. Zach, giving team legends the lead with that huge touchdown pass. Walk me through that play call.
So I knew that I had to either dump it off or throw it deep, and I didn't like what I saw, so I took off, and me and Ben, we haven't played together, and I just pointed this way because I saw the window, and I just dumped it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys just met each other, a couple of days ago, but you're already building some sort of chemistry with them. How has that been as far as trying to get used to playing with these guys since you just met them?
Yeah, it's a lot different, because obviously, like you said, we never played with each other before. I mean, I have one of my teammates on my team, but yeah, no, it's definitely hard to learn the plays and get to know other guys as well and how they play the game. So yeah, it's been fun, but it's difficult at the same time.
What do you feel like has been the best part of this weekend? Because there's so many aspects to it, from meeting the new guys to practicing, and then obviously the game. What do you feel like has been the best part?
Meeting new guys for sure. I mean, playing the game, yeah, the game is great, but the chemistry and bonds that we make over these past few days are great. So yeah, I love it.
Well, here you are, hopefully, getting some looks from some colleges. So if you can send them any sort of message, some colleges that are watching the game, what would you tell them?
Don't sleep on me.
I love that. I love that competitive edge. All right, well, we'll let you get back out there. All right, thanks, Zach. Guys, back to you.
Brooke, thanks very much. That's great stuff. And love the description of the play. His teammate Cooper Johnson is the center, so that has to help a little bit. Livonia Franklin, a kid number 60 in white, with a 3.5 GPA. Across the middle and incomplete. Good defensive play there. Could knock it loose. An incomplete pass.
Yeah, you were talking about Zach and Cooper and all the magic they made for Livonia Franklin this year. It was so fascinating to watch Livonia Franklin in the football playoffs this year. Remember, the MHSA instituted a rule this year, new playoff seeding format. You could get in with an under 500 record. Livonia Franklin played such a tough regular season schedule. They went 2-4. They got in the playoffs, and they made it all the way to the D2 semis. So what a season for Livonia Franklin. We tip our caps to them. The team they lost to in the D2 semis was the team that won the whole thing, De La Salle.
Yeah,
so that's not too shabby.
Yeah, so there's no harm in, saying you had a really good season. You just happen to lose to the best team in the state in that division, a first-team all-conference selection. Zach Olasek also a second-team all-region selection. Running out of time here in the opening half. His team unable to move the football last time out there. There are no special teams, so when you're on that side of the ball and you say, I want to punt it back, quote unquote, the opposite team, Legacy in this case, gets it at the 25.
And I like the decision by Devin and Team Legacy to bring Ollie Murray right back on the field after throwing that pick.
Yeah, I like that too, because each coach has been alternating quarterbacks by series, but you bring in Murray here, who just threw the interception, to maybe regain some confidence. We'll ask Devin about that after this play.
Setting up a screen to Nico Hernandez. He's got a great big old convoy. That's a good play call for Legacy to start this drive that's likely going to end the first half.
Devin Gardner, why did you decide to double up with the quarterback who just threw an interception, Ollie Murray?
I mean, interceptions happen, right? We watched Tom Brady do it, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, name them, right? So you can't take a guy out of the game and just completely remove his confidence just because he made a mistake. You let him make the mistake, you help him out, and then he makes better plays on the next drive.
Well done.
Yeah, and Devin right out of the chute. Murray has thrown a couple of strikes. Let's listen to Devin handle this timeout.
Very good, very good. Hey, we're going to make sure we try to get out of bounds a little more aggressively, right? Get out of bounds. That's what you need to do. Get out of bounds. We only have one timeout now with 24 seconds.
No. Hey, listen, we are, we're empty. Empty, boys, empty. Hey, stop breathing. We're empty, right? And we're going to go. If they don't do it, if they don't jump, we're going to go ready, set, hit. Okay, when you guys are going to drop that back. Number 1 to go, number 2 to speed up, number 3 to MCs on the backside is our Rich one.
Number 3, if middle's open. Number 3, if middle's open, take the middle.
Yeah, we gotta have someone who can run.
Somebody that can run and catch the ball. It's very important. Guys, we know it's no play on the first thing. Please do not move. All right, now, Woods. Gotcha.
It's always good to have someone who can throw and catch the ball.
Do not move. Don't play with it.
I really hope that Legacy doesn't have a false start.
Oh my goodness.
Man. Oh, my goodness.
You got to be kidding me.
I feel really bad for Jalen Silver right now.
7, go play. We specifically said, do not move.
We heard
and he's sprinting down the field. Yeah. Inexcusable. 4, out, 4. Come join us here. Inexcusable, bro. Inexcusable, young man. Inexcusable. Cannot play at the next level if you're going to do that. We had a long conversation about it. Here we go.
All right, let's see if Legacy can bounce back from that. Murray got crunched. That D-line is swarming for the Legends. I mean, my goodness, Deion Dalton has been living in that backfield.
He and Cheek Ludemba from North Farmington able to meet at the quarterback.
Don't forget about Julian Beaudoux as well, the 6'2 senior from Canton. That play ends the first half. A very competitive first half, Matt. Big hits, big plays all over the field. This is exactly what we want from the Legacy Senior All-Star game.
It's a beautiful thing in high school football, isn't it? The opportunity that you need, and a late opportunity for Deion Dalton. He has made the most of it. We just mentioned Cheek Udemba from North Farmington, who didn't play football until 10th grade, and look at what they've been able to do, and look what they've been able to build already. How much fun has it been for those two defensive linemen up front and for these two teams so far on this Sunday afternoon? We played one half of football here at this gorgeous complex, and it's 18-12, Legends in front. Here's Brooke Fletcher. Brooke?
Mill, very competitive first half. What did you see from your team that impressed you most?
They're picking it up. They're flying to the ball on defense, and on offense, we're starting to hit on all cylinders. We're taking shots down the field. We're telling our quarterback, hey, this is an all-star game. Go for the big pass. So that's what we're doing.
Well, we hear a lot from Devin Gardner in the first half. We heard a lot from him. He's feeling pretty confident, even though he's down. But you have the lead going into half. What's going to be the message to your guys in order to take this thing home in the second half?
We're just going to tell them to keep playing hard and having fun. That's what it's all about.
All right. Thanks so much, Coach. Guys, back to you.
Brooke, thank you. Mill, the Thrill Coleman, former star at Farmington Hills Harrison, the former Hawks quarterback, now watching his team play some great ball at the Legacy Center in Brighton. Legends, Legacy, and a one-score game. Halftime coming up.
Welcome back to the Legacy Center Sports Complex for the Senior Legacy All-Star Game. Team Legends has the lead here at halftime, 18-12. When we come back, we will hear more about how the Senior Legacy All-Star Game came to be. Stick around. Welcome back to the Legacy Center Sports Complex for the Legacy All-Star Game. Team Legends leads 18-12 at halftime. Legacy Sports has been around for over a decade, and one of their efforts is the Senior Legacy Football Game, where it gives some of the top seniors across the state of Michigan one last look, possibly from colleges, and maybe gives them an opportunity to play at the next level. So to learn more about this game, I sat down with the National Director of Legacy Sports, Justin Sasante, to learn more.
At Legacy Football, we've always wanted to be innovative in the platforms that we provide to these young men. It's not just for the kids that already have all the shine. A lot of these kids deserve the shine that they're not getting, and that's why we selected them. We want to give them another opportunity.
Walk me through the process from when the kids walk through the door at the Legacy Complex.
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously, a lot of the kids haven't met each other, so just creating some opportunities for them to bond. So really, the first day is really based around that. And then Saturday, we get to work. It's a 2-a-day practice. And then we'll have some recruiting and academic financial literacy information for them as they transition to their college careers. So whatever Legacy Football can do to promote the game of football, impact others, we're winning. Giving kids that may not have opportunities because they're from a small town or because maybe just because they slip through the cracks. That's an amazing accomplishment from our group to be able to provide that platform.
The coaching staff, how does that selection go about when it comes to picking your coaches for the team?
Myself and our 2 assistant national directors, Cody Patton and Lewis Adams, really sit down and look at our entire directory and the best coaches that we know from experience, from working camps and showcases with us, their success at the high school level. And we're very confident, led Team Legends by Mill Coleman, Mill the Thrill, and Team Legacy, Devin Gardner, that this staff will definitely complement them well.
Well, if anybody is wanting to get more involved or learn more about Legacy Football, how can they?
Yeah, go to legacyfootballorg.com, and you can always reach out to us via email, football@legacycentermichigan.com. And we try to be very informative. We try to guide the parents, players, and coaches to make sure that they get the full impact from our program and what our ultimate mission is.
Yeah, the Senior Legacy All-Star Game has helped thousands of seniors go and play at the next level. So it's great to see what Justin and the rest of the people here at the Legacy Sports Complex are doing to help these guys' future. Justin, great guy. All right, well, much more to come from the Legacy All-Star Game. We have Rob Rubik. He gives a recap of our Football Friday season. It's a really fun segment. You should stick around. The Legacy Senior All-Star Game on Bally Sports Detroit is brought to you by the Lead Foundation. Be the change you want to see. By Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. By Figer Law. Nobody knows the law like we do. Figer Law. And by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical. Family, not just the name of our company, but the way we do business. It's hard to believe that high school football came to an end this weekend. We had such a great time traveling across the state of Michigan this season for Football Fridays, where we visited different schools, got to experience different traditions, and of course witness some really exciting games. But it's really hard to describe it myself. So I, of course, had to have our very own Rob Rubik do all the talking. This was pretty good.
You know, it's crazy to think that finals weekend is finally here. You like that one? But all jokes aside, we've really enjoyed bringing Football Fridays to all of you across the mitten for the past 13 weeks. It's actually the first time that Bally Sports has broadcast an entire season of MHSAA football games.
Oh man, this is so cool. This is Friday night in Michigan.
And after a chaotic 2020 season, let me tell you, it was just what the doctor ordered. We kicked things off with a doubleheader in the blistering heat at Wayne State University. My head looked like a turkey basting on Thanksgiving, and Brooke Fletcher's hair was able to survive the humidity because she used an entire can of hairspray.
That's hot.
But that balmy weather wouldn't last. It is Michigan after all. As we traveled an incredible amount of miles throughout the season, we got to watch the changing of the seasons from every inch of our great state. We saw comets and tractors and rams and attended 5 different homecoming celebrations. Johnny came a little bit sour. He left without a single crown. Don't worry, Johnny, there's always next year. Brooke found new and surprising ways to immerse herself in the local communities each week.
Sitting on top of a fire truck.
Here for Brooke! I also got a free chicken dinner at Zender's, which was outstanding. And Brooke was stood up twice in her post-game interviews.
All right, we have to, well, we are in, this is the second time this has happened to me, you guys.
Whoever saw that coming? But most importantly, we witnessed some incredible moments on the gridiron.
Johnson running that way. Christian Johnson for the lead.
Give him a chance to go win the game.
Handoff to Cephas Harris. Foot race. Forget it.
Rolling right with time to throw. Looking end zone. And it's caught.
Oh, my goodness.
Our state is talented and loves their football. As we close out the 2021 season during this holiday weekend, we'd be remiss not to express just how thankful we are at Bally Sports for you sharing every single part of it with us.
Rob Rivik always finds some opportunity to take a jab at me, but I think probably the most memorable moment for me, or moments I guess I should say, was getting left in the middle of my interviews. Thankfully, it hasn't happened since. Bryce Debris and Dante Moore, I'm talking to you. All right, well, they had a pretty exciting weekend. This past weekend was the MHSAA football finals, but let's start with Friday, where we had an incredible game. To start it off with Hudson Beale City, and then let's talk about that last game. Chelsea making history. What a game that was. 55-52, taking down Unity Christian. Then let's go on to Saturday. Kick the day off with Guama Westphalia. We know how much of a powerhouse they are. They took home another state championship title. Belleville making it to the state championship for the first time in school history, and then taking home a trophy back to their school in Division 1's Grand Rapids CC, keeping the ball rolling, another trophy to their trophy case. And then the huge game, Detroit King, yes, taking on DeWitt. That was an incredible game, but King came out on top, 25-21. All right, one half down, one more half to go here at the Senior Legacy All-Star Game. Much more from Matt Shepard and Evan Stockton when we return.
The Legacy Senior All-Star Game is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. 18-12, Legends lead it. Our halftime highlights are brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods as well. And Evan Stockton, we've seen some really good quarterback play so far.
We have seen some outstanding quarterback play. Ollie Murray got us started, just an absolute bomb to his high school teammate and friend from Dearborn High, Adam Mooney, who has just made some outstanding plays for Team Legacy. Devin Gardner digging into the bag of tricks early. And then on the other side, Legend says, you did it, we can do it too. Jeremiah Drake finding Kellen Reed. The big 6'5 senior, Jeremiah Drake. One more touchdown to Brian Morgan. A little power to end that touchdown catch. Legend and Legacy have had a nice flow to this ball game. Right on back, Legacy got a touchdown with Tronis Hammond, the senior from Dearborn Heights Crestwood. And then another touchdown pass late in the half. Ben Meath from the Eaglets of Orchard Lake St. Mary gave Legends the lead at half, Shep.
Yeah, we've seen some really good quarterback play. Downtown they go, and they've done a nice job of reading the opposing defenses. But Team Legacy is trailing. Their head coach, Devin Gardner, is with our Brooke Fletcher. Brooke?
Yeah, Dev, huge opportunity for these guys. One half down, one more half to go for these guys to show what they can do. What was your message to them?
I mean, just continue to fight and get their heart and mind fixed on the goal. And the goal is to win the game and put their best effort out there. That's pretty much it.
All right, and you have any, I know you were chirping in the first half. Have any words for Mill?
He's going to lose.
All right, that's it.
That's
okay,
a walk-off.
Guys, back to you.
Did he just drop the mic on you? Did he just walk off?
He sure did.
Oh,
he
my
sure
goodness.
did.
Wow. I guess when you've accomplished what Devin Gardner has accomplished, as an athlete and as a broadcaster, you can do that. His team will start the second half of the football, Evan.
And here's Brandon Mann handed off to Tronis Hammond, and he's met by a surge for the defensive line for Legends. You know, Matt, we saw as that first half ended, the defensive line for Legends is really starting to get home.
Yeah, love the way that both these teams have kind of come together. Brooke has talked to so many different players throughout the game today, and they've all talked about how important it has been and the ability to bond. Cheek Udemba from North Farmington, one of those guys, boy, is he a special talent and a special story. Didn't play football until 10th grade. He is a force so far today. Strong arming it there all the way up to the 35-yard line. really love the way Mans throws the football, Evan.
Yeah, he just stands back there and uses his body and uses that footwork. You can tell that Brandon Mann has worked on that. The quarterback spot for Country Day. We showed earlier all the schools that are after him and his services in the future.
His brother plays at Duke, plays baseball and football at Duke. He's a safety there and played at Country Day as well.
Heard that's a decent school to get a degree.
I've heard the same. I don't know if you've ever been there, but it's a beautiful campus there.
Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. Nico Hernandez just got blown up. Julian Boudreau.
That is big stuff from the senior from Canton, who was an all-conference selection. And another great story when it comes to high school success. Both parents from Romania came here in 99 and 97, respectively, and he has taken to American culture as a football player.
He's a wrestler in his free time, too. That's a 2-point takedown.
Getting looked at by Grand Valley. Valparaiso, Columbia is on him. Second and long.
A fake to Jalen Silver. Brandon Mann looked like he was potentially losing the football there. He hangs on to it, and we got a couple of flags.
Mans is a big kid, and Isaiah Clark from Wyoming High School, number 20 in white, just threw him down like it was nothing.
Those flags came while Mann was getting tackled, by the way.
During the run, personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Result of the play will be first down.
You know, man, I've been impressed by the execution for both these teams in this game. We talked about the short lead-up time and getting ready for this game, but you are expecting in a game like this where guys are trying to make plays that you may get penalties like face masks and those sorts of things. There's nothing malicious in that, obviously. It's just guys trying to make a play on TV.
So it's 1st and 10 for Team Legacy into Legends territory.
Hernandez is still the back to Mann's right. Brandon is zipping it out, but that's off the hands of Jalen Silver.
Good job by Sheldon Bryant to get a hand up there and knock it down. Bryant from Taylor High School. And a good look at Carson De Serrano, who's had an interception in the first half. A playmaker, not just for Monroe, but for Team Legends today as well.
Picked off Murray earlier. Now Brandon Mann, the quarterback, to start this second half for Legacy. Hernandez again. Knocked down from behind by Dion Dalton. We've been saying his name a lot.
Yeah, he's a tall but thin tight end. But he has great hands, we've noticed. I mean, the ability to just shed blockers and then locate the ball carrier, he's been impressive.
Yeah, you talk about size, and obviously you can see that Dion has a frame where you can put on a few more LBs. But at the end of the day, if a guy's making plays, and he's been all over the field today. All right, so let's see. Devin Gardner and Legacy drop on another third down. Man off play action. Rolling away from pressure. Can't get away from it. Dalton cleaned it up.
Emeka Okorogu from Okemos was the one in hot pursuit, 99 in white. And what a play he just made right there. Another great story. Parents, immigrants from Nigeria. And look at what he's been able to do. Get some fine offers at the next level.
Yeah, he's beaten the block of Garrett Beasley, the excellent senior tackle from Saline.
Hands came up limping, and you can understand why after that replay there.
It's one of those deals where sometimes limbs get twisted in piles like that.
Okorogu showing some good speed off the edge. 6'3", 240. You get him in a college football program, put on about 15 pounds or so, or you can just send him to my house and have him sit with me for a few weekends. And you get 15 additional pounds, add to that strength. That's a really good build right there for somebody, don't you think?
Absolutely, no doubt about that. You and I were remarking earlier in the broadcast about just the size of guys playing college football these days. Heck, Lewis Adams, when he joined us, was talking about the biggest difference from when I played to now. These guys are just bigger, plain and simple.
Big offensive line for team legends as well. Jacob Lentz, the biggest at 6'7", 305, wearing 77 in white. They will start with Olasek. Pressure coming, weaving his way, and then tripped up just shy of the 20-yard line.
Now, Matt, we've already seen the elusiveness that Zach can provide in the quarterback spot, but let's give a shout out here to 15, Owen Teichner, the senior from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. You got to chop your feet when you make tackles, and that's exactly what he just did.
Teichner joined Brooke Fletcher before our broadcast. You got one Orchard Lake St. Mary player playing for Team Legacy and another playing for Team Legends. You have that with two different schools today. North Farmington and Orchard Lake St. Mary's each have one on each team. The Parker brothers inside continue to be an absolute menace, don't they? That time it was Armand Parker spoiling the run.
On our first Football Fridays game of the year, we had Canton, Dearborn, Fortson. And our last Football Fridays broadcast of the year, we had Dearborn, Fortson tackling Canton. We love how things always come together.
That's a nice bow on a season, isn't it? Third down. And about 4.
The weather outside today is just a little chillier than the first game.
Yeah, but these guys, you look at these types of players, especially those linemen, they would not be wearing any undershirts. They would love to play in this type of weather. It's Michigan football weather. Olasek, pressure comes. Good feet, good throw on the run, and hauled in by Ben Meath.
Zach Olasek's pass complete to Ben Meath.
We saw a similar play like that earlier, Matt, when Team Legends scored a touchdown. Meath does a really good job here breaking his feet down and making the catch. He was short of the first down, though.
Brings the 4th down and 2.
They'll give it back to Team Legacy. Down to Brooke Fletcher. Brooke?
Big win for you guys yesterday. Oh, hey guys. Okay, well I'm with Jerome Nichols and Josh Nichols. Josh, well your brother Jerome played in the Legacy All-Star game just a few years ago, yeah, and you were the MVP, matter of fact. But how cool is it to be able to, follow in your brother's footsteps and play here in the Legacy All-Star game?
Oh, it's awesome. He talks about it all the time, all the memories, all the relationships you create here, and it shows. Like when I came in, I was like, okay, feeling the area out. The thing, everybody's really like a brotherhood, like he said, and I like it a lot.
What do you remember most from that game, besides, of course, winning MVP, which is a pretty big deal?
The relationships, honestly. The relationships were great. I still talk to half the dudes I played with. My quarterback, the quarterback I played against, came to Michigan with me. So it's a lot of dudes. The connections are, like, crazy.
Yeah, you're his older brother. I mean, you were in his position, and you played football at Michigan. What has been your advice to him as he's, hoping to get an opportunity to play at the next level?
Don't quit and believe in yourself. Always know your worth. You know what I mean? College football is really hard. It's really difficult. It's not like high school football, but it's most definitely achievable. And you can do anything you want to do, and I trust you. I believe in you, bro.
He's had a pretty good game so far. You have to be impressed, yeah?
Yeah, it's going crazy, bro. Keep it up, man.
But I got to bring up, you had a huge game yesterday, beating Ohio State. How good did that one feel?
That was crazy. After the game, when they came on the field, it was crazy. But, it was a great feeling. We worked so hard for it. So I just got to give it up. All my teammates, it was a great win.
Were you at the game?
I came for the first quarter, and after that, I had to go. So I had to get the practice here.
Of course, of course.
But, yeah, it was crazy at the beginning of the game, walking through the tunnel, and then you just hear them both going back and forth in the tunnel. You seen the video on Instagram and everything?
Oh, I sure did.
Man. But, yeah, it was a crazy atmosphere, too.
Oh, I can only imagine. And then the snow, right? Just added to everything. Just the pageantry of it all.
It was crazy. It was a crazy experience. That was my first time playing Ohio State. I came during COVID. So my first one at Michigan, I beat Ohio State. So don't get better than that.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much, and good luck the rest of the game, all right? Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Brooke, you know what it's like because you're an Iron Bowl type of young lady. You love the Auburn-Alabama matchup. You didn't like how it finished last night, but what a field it was in Ann Arbor. 110,000 strong watching Michigan dominate Ohio State. And they did. They dominated, especially up front.
Have we confirmed they've left the field? Did they finally get everybody off that field?
I don't know. I can tell you my son was there, Chad, and he was, it was a sea of maize and blue. He could not believe. It was thick there. I mean, there were layers of people over and over and over again. Tough to find those who maybe you came with, and tough to find your way back to the locker room, no matter how many times you've been there.
That was a great throw by Ollie Murray to Raphael Woods, who made the catch through traffic, took a crunch, and kept on going.
He's been impressive today.
Yeah.
Despite the interception, like the way he scans the field, pressure comes, he unloads and connects.
There's his high school teammate, Adam Ramuni, who has had an eye-popping day for Team Legacy. A big catch for a touchdown, and now another big gainer. Some old school footwork, Matt. A straight drop backpedaling, but still found his guy, his teammate, open across the middle.
Smart to have those guys on the field together. They've got that chemistry. Mooney with a really nice catch. It was behind him just a little bit, but you saw the body control and the great hands.
See if they can cap it off with a touchdown.
Rolling the opposite way this time.
Yeah, Murray looking downfield, and that's a play that Devin Gardner is smiling about on the sidelines. You don't force something like that in that situation.
And in case people missed it earlier, Murray threw an interception, and rather than go, rotating quarterbacks, what does Devin Gardner do? He puts Murray right back in there to rebuild that confidence. Loved what he had to say about helping a young man get through an adverse situation. And Devin, he seems like it's paying off for him right now. He looks good. He looks athletic.
I'm sorry, Shepard.
I said he looks really good. He looks really athletic.
Yeah,
Murray's listening to him.
We're in the locker room, and we instilled some confidence and made sure we knew that we have another opportunity, and you can just come out here and go get it. Time out. The whole thing is for quarterbacks, making sure they know that they can make mistakes, right? Nobody goes through an entire game or entire season or even an entire quarter without making mistakes. And if they can play free and know the mistakes will happen, they can respond from them, and that's what our quarterback is doing right now.
So when you see the connection that Murray has with Romani, are you trying to isolate that and highlight that a little bit more because they're high school teammates as well?
Without question. You got to try to make sure you exploit that matchup, right? We got the two guys that are on the same team. You got to try to exploit that because they were good all year together. And we're going to try to exploit it. After this play, we may, the next play, get a touchdown from those two guys. Let's just wait and see.
Okay.
That's called a tease. That's a broadcast professional.
That's called first guessing. I love that.
We love that. All right, so Ollie Murray, you can see all the numbers on him. We have been teased by Devin Gardner what the play could be. Will he reveal it to us, or are we going to have to wait and see?
There's too often times we just look at the measurement of height and weight for quarterbacks, and we always get enamored with arm strength. This kid's an athlete, and that's why Jim McElwain at Central Michigan, Youngstown State, the Penguins, could envision them in their football program. He's athletic, and he's a smart football player.
Yeah, he is super experienced. He's been playing quarterback since he was 4 years old. It's a decent little bit of experience. It's about 14
can you
years.
even grab a football at 4 years old?
Apparently he could.
Hey, if you don't get this, make sure that when we do run the bench that you dive down the side and get vertical and then break to the corner.
It's good stuff.
All right, let's see if Murray and Ramuni can hook up one more time in this 2021 season.
Remember, Devin played a little wide receiver in college, too, so he's able to help those wideouts.
All right, here we go.
Nice
look at this play.
Nice job.
Tronis Hammond tackled in the open field beautifully.
Boy,
what a tackle by Marshall, huh?
Good closing speed, yeah, for sure. Great recognition.
You said you guys know bench, right?
Jason Marshall from Trenton High School, an all-state honorable mention a year ago.
He got bench for him. Everybody else is there. He can go vertical number 3.
I like the play design. That's one of the 98 plays that Devin Gardner says they have in the playbook.
Yeah, but the read and react on the part of Marshall, used to that because of his baseball background. Really good baseball player, hit over 380 at Trenton last year, and is also a track athlete.
Runs a 4.540. That'll play. Another shot for Legacy. Murray going to the end zone. He's got his teammate again.
Devin Gardner called it again. What a beautiful throw. And remember what he said to the wide receiver. Sell it inside and then go to the corner. And that receiver was a very good student on a very astute teacher.
Man, I think these guys have been running this route for years. And yeah, you mentioned the coaching. Devin Gardner likes to say when a guy plays well on TV, just put that on the highlight tape. Devin needs to put that on his coaching highlight tape. That was smooth. All right, we got a tie ball game with 3:15 to go in the third quarter. And Legacy's got a chance to take the lead here.
Nice job, big guy.
Hernandez is that back behind Murray. They're giving it to Nico Hernandez. And he's not going to get there. We are still tied.
Yeah, nobody has converted for the extra point. But we are tied yet again.
Yes, we are. Legacy and Legends going back and forth on a Sunday. Devin Gardner's fired up.
The Legacy Senior All-Star Game on Bally Sports is brought to you by Meijer. Higher standards, lower prices. By the Michigan Department of Community Health. The vaccine is our way out of COVID-19. Find your vaccine at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. And by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Well, it's not just Devin Gardner and Mill Coleman. There are other coaches involved in this Legacy All-Star Game, and they've been imperative in the progress of these young men today, Evan.
You know, Matt, they absolutely have. And you can see on the screen the schools they're coaching at. You've got some of the best programs in the state of Michigan. Southfield A&T, Ortonville Brandon, Muskegon, Ann Arbor Gabriel Richard. Outstanding coaches on both sides of this ball game. Guys who have been working so hard in a truncated short week to get these guys ready to play what has turned into a great football game.
Back to the Legends team. That's a jump ball, and it's caught, hauled in, breaking free, and into Legacy territory. The connection worked to Gage Gransden from Bay City Western.
That's smart quarterbacking because Drake knows he's running out of time, but the guy's open. So float it up. He's 6'4", 240. Have Gage go make a play. Gage made a play.
Sure did. Here's the Legends assistant coaching staff to help out Mill Coleman. A couple Chippewa Valley coaches aboard. John Garrett from West Bloomfield as well, that you see right there. Keith Thomas from Troy. Great to have all those men part of this cool event. And working really hard with it too, by the way. On the ground for Brian Morgan, but not much happening there. Down to Brooke Fletcher.
Yeah, I'm here with Ollie Murray and Adam Ramuni. Ollie, I mean, it's just like what you guys have been doing all season at Dearborn, right? Finding your guy in the end zone. Walk me through that play.
I mean, I just came up to the sideline. Coach Gardner just called a one-on-one with Adam, called the bunch route. He said, hit your boy. I mean, that's everything we've been doing all season.
Yeah, I mean, you guys had a great season at Dearborn, but for you guys to be able to experience this and, you know, hopefully get an opportunity to play at the next level, I mean, what does it mean to you guys?
It means a lot because, like, hopefully we go to the same school together and keep it going.
Yeah, how would you describe the chemistry between you guys? Because some of these guys, they got to build it because they haven't played with each other. But for you, I mean, you're making it look easy out there. How would you describe the chemistry you guys have built?
I mean, our chemistry has just been since literally we've been playing together, number 9, number 5, every single time. It's just something we practice every single day, and we just got better as we grew up.
So you guys have been playing with each other since Little League? Okay, so are you guys good friends or just teammates?
Yeah, oh yeah, we're like brothers.
Oh, okay. Well, what is it like playing with him? What can you tell me about Ollie?
It's good. We just know like what we're gonna do. Like even if it's not a play call specifically for us, like it'll just come to us automatically.
All right, and Ollie, what would you say has been the biggest memory or the best moment from this weekend so far?
Oh, from this weekend, it's just coming out here, learning from all these coaches, these amazing coaches. They're just teaching us every single thing, like some things we never even were taught. And it's just amazing. This atmosphere is crazy, especially with these guys on Team Legacy.
What did Coach Gardner, what's the biggest piece of advice he's given you?
Oh, he's just mentality. That's what a quarterback has to have. Move on to the next play every single time. Right after that, shortly, we have touchdown right there.
All right, well, you're throwing dimes. I will say that. All right, well, we'll let you get back out there. Thanks so much, guys. Guys, back to you.
All right, thanks, Brooke. Sean Field with a big play defensively for Team Legacy.
That's a Catholic Central Shamrock chasing him down in the backfield for a loss. Two-time team captain for Dan Anderson's team down the road in Novi. Class president at CC. They say that he is the epitome of leadership and toughness.
Well, they got some dynamite linebackers there, that's for certain. That team has got a very stout defense, and Field was part of it. And wherever he goes next year, they're going to get not just a really good football player, but a really good representative of their program and in the classroom as well. And he gives it back to his team's offense. And Murray is going to stay out there. Remember, when you look at Team Legacy, you look at their roster and you see the talent from a quarterback standpoint. Brandon Mann is out with an injury because he was hurt a little bit earlier.
Yeah, Brandon looks all right on the sidelines, by the way. He's just kind of flexing it out, so that's
he
good.
was limping a little bit. Murray floating it, and nice grab. Huh?
Evan Martin going down to the ground to get it. This is a bit of an awkward throw, but Murray makes it work.
We always talk about wide receivers making adjustments with the ball in the air. Great body control by Martin. He doesn't use just his hands. He goes down and gets it and holds on. Tough catch. Made it look easy.
Soon to be alum of Farmington High. Speedy wide receiver. Give this time. They've been using Nico Hernandez pretty well to make sure that Murray gets some time when he does want to throw and keep the D off balance. Almost 1,400 rushing yards for Nico Hernandez this year.
Yeah, more diminutive running backs can get lost in that proverbial wash inside. And it can be difficult to find him. And they found him at midfield. We are through 3 quarters, and we are tied at 18. It's been a good one. Neither team has been able to cash in on an extra point, but the quarterbacks have been shining very, very bright today, especially Ali Murray, who gets his team even, despite getting hit harder by Devin Gardner than anybody on the Legends defense.
We got a ball game as we start the 4th at the Legacy Center in Brighton. Let's get you today's Menards big money moment. It was literally the first play for Team Legacy. How about a flea flicker and how about a touchdown? Ali Murray to Adam Ramuni, a connection that Dearborn football fans know very well. Guys who have been working on that play and that chemistry for literally, Matt, pretty much their whole lives.
We should know it pretty well today, too, because they've connected twice for Team Legacy. And what made that play even more enjoyable was the fact that Coach Devin Gardner called it before it even happened.
Oh, my goodness. Nico Hernandez
More
suffocated in the backfield again.
Julian Beaudoux has been everywhere here in this second half. The all-conference selection from Canton. It says 6'2", 265. He looks more stout than that.
You talked about the parents from Romania and grocery bills. Well,
Yeah.
Parker parents are not the only ones with big grocery bills with Julian in the house.
Got that right.
All right, let's see what Devin draws up here on a 3rd down. I think he just drew up a free 5 yards.
Good hard count.
Yeah.
That's a skill for a quarterback, too. I mean, we look at all the passing and the footwork, but being
Prior
able to
the
draw
play,
teams.
Encroachment, number 99 of the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty from spot of the foul. Result of the play will be first down.
And man, not even do you necessarily on hard counts always get the guys to jump, but you also keep them off balance. Of course, with football on Sundays, we're thinking NFL. Aaron Rodgers is so good at that.
Yeah, he might be the
Hey,
best
guys,
I've
back
ever
up.
seen at that. That'll be a good game today, by the way. Packers and Rams.
It'll be an excellent game. Matt Stafford and the Rams got to get a bounce-back win.
In a place where he's won, but not many people do very often or frequently.
Got to stretch the chains here to see if it's going to be a first down.
Yeah, it's not an automatic first down. It's first, and you get 5 yards for that play. for that infraction, I should say.
Oh, my goodness.
You want to take out the credit card and just...
Yeah, where's Gene Steratore in that index card when we need him?
That's how close it is. Just a chain link away. But I will say this, Devin Gardner, it's 3rd and short, really short. This is where really good offensive minds kind of open things up because you know you're going for it on 4th down, right? Is that fair to say?
No, we're going to try and get a trap and just get the first down. I don't understand. My question here, why are we measuring in an all-star game? My question. My goodness. But, you know, we're going to do our best to get the first down here.
All right, so you're going to trap it. All right.
Yeah, they're going to try and trap the defensive tackle. We tried doing it last play, but we just didn't do a very good job.
Nico Hernandez? Is that where we're going?
Yeah.
Okay.
We knew what they were calling.
Good call,
Nice
partner.
shot, nice shot, nice shot, nice shot.
That play's not going to make the highlight reel, but it is going to keep the drive alive.
It's a touchdown. Stutter him. You hear me, Pop?
Nico Hernandez, Matt was talking earlier about the 5'8", 200-pound running back with that size and kind of camouflage his way in that defensive line and offensive line.
Yeah, but 200 pounds of all muscle.
Yeah.
Devin called this a touchdown. Let's see if it is.
Murray's going deep.
Popped
Tip
in the
drill.
air. Oh,
man.
I love it. I love it. It's a terrible throw, but nice job. Hey, that's the effort we're talking about. Hey, that's the effort we're talking about. Very good job. Very good job. Hey, come on. Hey,
you got a fly route on the outside. You've got a seam route in the slot. Murray chose to go for the seam route, and he went toward Daniel Lane. Now, Lane was on the outside. I don't know if it was cover 3, but whatever it was, he was able to come down, knock it away, pop it up in the air. It's a tough guy to throw against. Daniel Lane, who wears 21 in white, is a really talented cover corner.
And as you heard, Devin didn't like the throw from Murray. On the ground with Hernandez. Chopped down in the open field.
Big hit by Carson De Serrano. We've mentioned him more than once today because of just how much he flies to the ball. Down to Brooke Fletcher. Brooke?
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Owen Denk. Owen, just first off, describe what it's like to be here today and play the Senior Legacy All-Star game.
It's amazing. I mean, just to get the opportunity to play at this game, to play with the level of these people, I mean, it's what everyone would kill for. And so I'm blessed to say that I've earned this right to play here, and I'm loving every moment of it.
Well, you were telling me about your family history. Both your parents, they served in the Air Force. Your brother is on active duty. First off, I want to thank them for their service. But, you know, how proud are they of you that you are here today, hopefully get an opportunity to play at the college level?
So me and my brothers have always been different, but my parents have always emphasized that no matter what I do, they will always support me, and so I have their full backing here, and they're so proud. The amount of texts I've gotten during halftime, before the game, from my dad, from my brothers, from my mom, it's a blessing to have such great backing from my family.
What are they texting you?
They're saying there's some not nice words in there, but they're basically saying go kick some butt, to play how I know how to play, and that I've earned the right to be with these people to play out here.
All right. Well, congratulations, and good luck the rest of the game, all right? Guys, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Brooke. That's good stuff. Both his parents are veterans. I'm stunned, really not, that he's checking his phone at halftime.
You do know how old these guys are, right? They're 17, 18 years old. If they go 7 minutes without checking their phone, they'd self-combust. Jonas Hammond has done a good job running the football today for Team Legacy. Already one touchdown. Guy who was very excited to go to Morgan State. He was chatting with Brooke earlier. You can find that interview on our Twitter.
You saw his numbers. He's 6'4", 240. He's a running back.
Will he be converted at the next level?
I don't know. That's a big kid.
Getting a guy in space. Aiden Tillman Jones tumbling forward.
Another good tackle by De Serrano. We have mentioned 5 and White most of the day. He's been perhaps their best defensive player.
Just does a very good job reading it initially and the way he attacks, right? We were talking about tackling in the open field. Seems like half of that battle is effort, and Carson brings the effort.
Sure doesn't shy away, man. Breaks down well. We always see teams in a group huddle. You see the coaches with the whistle telling them to break down. Well, this is a perfect example of it, what he just did right there on that last tackle. Carson De Serrano has been busy today.
Big play here. Murray looking end zone. What a catch! Evan Martin, touchdown!
That was sweet.
Devin
Really
Gardner
was.
has been coaching him up all game, and that's a well-deserved hug.
Man, what a throw. Great time, steps into the throw, looks his man off. He looked right, came back left, but that is all on Martin. The ability to high point the football, keep his foot in bounds, and give his team the lead.
A little bit of an adjustment from Murray. Remember, when he threw a pick earlier today, he didn't look off the defender. He did it there, and it counted for 6.
Yeah, remember the seam route that he tried to force earlier in the drive, and Devin Gardner told us, he said, you know what, that's not a good throw. Well, that was a perfect throw.
Let's see if someone can get a conversion.
Nope.
Not that time. Murray was throwing from an awkward look, and it was knocked away by those DBs.
Yeah, Jason Marshall did a nice job, but it's Murray getting his team back in front. Another touchdown pass for the quarterback for Team Legacy. This one in the corner. He's using all his wide receivers. It's paying off. His team is up by 6 with a little bit less than 8.5 to go.
All of us at Bally Sports Detroit just have the pleasure today to be at one of the finer sports facilities in the state of Michigan, the Legacy Sports Complex here in Brighton. Basically, whatever sport you could want to play, the facilities are here. Obviously, we've been seeing great football in this Legacy Senior All-Star game today, but you know, Matt, when you and I were marveling, obviously we've been here before, but just the additions that have been made to this facility within the last few years, what a blessing it is for high school athletes across the state to have a facility like this to continue to get better and better.
Yeah, it really appeals to any type of athlete. When you have 6 baseball or softball fields out there, you've got 7 multi-purpose fields that can be transformed into any sport. They even have 4 Michigan sand dune sand courts for volleyballers. You mentioned, of course, the basketball courts, and then this beautiful facility here that we're watching football getting played on is state-of-the-art as well. So it's as good as it gets, and if you want to get better, it's a place where you can come and work on your craft. Second time today that Team Legacy is on top. It's 24-18. And Team Legends running out of time here in the 4th. Zach Olasak, the Livonia Franklin quarterback, stays in. Now play action. Down the middle and incomplete. Good read. That's something these D-backs have done a really nice job of. It's Max Moraney from Walled Lake Western. Down to Brooke Fletcher. Brooke?
Yeah, guys, I'm here with Evan Martin, who caught that huge touchdown pass just a minute ago. How good did that one feel to get a touchdown in the book?
It felt great. Earlier, I missed a big play, and then it would have been 6. So my mindset was just go score again, go just take advantage of your opportunities. You never know when it's going to be your last, so just keep doing it, keep pushing.
Well, I was reading your bio. You're quite the track star. You said you're one of the fastest guys out there. I mean, how fast are we talking?
I mean, sub 11, like sub 22.5. So just don't work. I have an upcoming high school season. I might run indoor. So just go out there and be great. PR, it can be my last year, probably running track. So just go make the best of it. Stay in shape for football as well, too.
Yeah, I mean, you're a dual sport athlete. You run track, you play football, but you qualified for the Junior Olympics this past summer. How was that experience?
It was just a blessing. So, like, I just worked my butt off, like, with my track coach. Like, she was my high school coach, then my AAU coach. So it was just great. Just go out there and win.
All right, well, what sort of takeaway do you want to, come from playing here in the Senior Legacy All-Star Game?
Can you repeat that?
What's the biggest takeaway you feel like from the Senior Legacy All-Star game?
It's just like, I know there's a lot of people out there, and like everybody's going to work their butt off, but I want to be that one, and I'm going to be that one. So just go keep working.
All right, well, thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, good stuff. I love athletes that are playing, or football players who are playing more than one sport, and how much it helps. It's got to help Martin that he's a track player or a track star here in football as a football player. And he gets a chance to get back on offense here because Team Legacy's defense did a nice job of forcing it back over. No special teams, no punts here. So what they do is you give it back, and when you're inside the 50-yard line, it's at the opposing team's 40, or 25, I should say. When you're in the opposite territory, it's placed at the 15. So this is where Legacy gets it, 1st and 10 from the 25.
Murray slinging it again. That's a great catch and run. Jalen Silver, say goodbye. That's 4.540 speed to the house.
Looked faster than that, didn't he? Watch this. You want to get it into the hands of your playmakers. All you got to do is break one tackle. He did. Never looked back. No one even close. Left him at least 5 yards in the dust. And Team Legacy, for the first time for either team, is up 2 scores. And what is that, 4 touchdowns now for Murray?
Yeah, he's making an effort for Team MVP. You know what's so impressive about Silver? Look at how fast he's running. He tore his ACL last year. I think he's fully recovered.
Yeah, I think it's repaired just fine, don't you?
Oh, my goodness.
They're going to move it to the 15-yard line. This is going to be a 3-point conversion.
All the times to go for 3.
Devin Gardner making that decision. Let's see what he has dialed up here to try and reach a 33-point total for his club.
I mean, when your quarterback's red hot, you may as well keep him on the field.
And he's got man to his favorite receiver on the right. Instead, they're going to go inside give. Not happening.
We're going to need Devin to explain that one.
Good defensive play by Cheek Udemba. I could have sworn you were going to throw the football, Dev. Why the inside give there and keep it on the ground to the short side of the field?
Miscommunication. Miscommunication was not supposed to be that. Obviously, when we're going for 3, we will not run outside zone. That is not something that we would do. We got a miscommunication, but the guys are playing inspired, and I'm telling you, just a little motivation, a little belief in themselves, and you guys see what the product is. We're going to bury him here.
Well, what a job you've done with Ollie Murray. I mean,
absolutely.
Building that confidence
If he knows
up.
that I love him, then why wouldn't he play with everything he's got and play well? Why not, right?
He throws a nice ball, doesn't he?
Absolutely. 7, I already know it's coming to you. Hey, bowler, they're going to come to him because that's the only thing they had success with.
That's Kellen Reed. They look the other way. It's a swing pass to Brian Morgan, and down he goes.
How about Owen Teichner, the eaglet from Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the open field. Football fans know that Owen's older brother Christian played at St. Mary's and had a great career. Owen's known for his motor. Kept chugging on that play.
Jeremiah Drake, the quarterback out of Godwin Heights, trying to rally Team Legends. Nothing but throwing here today.
Yes.
On this drive.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Keep playing.
Down to Brooke Fletcher, who's been busy with a lot of touchdown receiving players on Team Legacy. Brooke?
Yeah, I'm here with Jalen Silver. Jalen, you are having yourself a day. 116 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. Receiving yards, excuse me. What's been clicking so well for you today?
It's just the coaching, you know. They're really helpful. They're trying to push me to get to the next level. And they're prepping me also for the next level because with all the work that they're giving me, the movements and stuff, everything's for the next level and get ready.
What do you feel like is the biggest thing that you've learned?
My position on catching the ball from my coach right here. He said, if the ball ever goes behind you, just turn with the ball. That way you can keep going without stopping.
Yeah, we just talked to your teammate. You have a few of your Farmington teammates here playing on at the game here today. What does it mean to be able to share this experience with them?
It's fun hanging with my friends. You know, one more time we can play together with our helmets on. We just ball out.
Well, not only are they playing, but they found the end zone. We have some great receivers at Farmington, you guys. But you also mentioned your younger sister, Jacqueline. She's up here watching you in the stands. How much does she mean to you, and how much does it mean to have her here supporting you?
She means a lot to me. You know, being the littlest sister of all mine, I got to make sure I watch, even just all of them. I watch all of them, make sure that they're all straight. And I got to set an example for my family because I'm the oldest. So I got to do what I got to do to keep them on the smart track, and we all win together.
All right, well, you're making them proud, that's for sure. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
How refreshing is that, huh? To set the example for the rest of his siblings, whether it be brothers or sisters, good for him. And it's been a heck of a game so far for Jalen Silver, and as Brooke mentioned, Evan Martin. She just got done talking with Evan Martin, the other Farmington Falcon wide receiver. She might move to Farmington before this day's over. More pressure coming. Nice elusiveness by Drake. He's got a path, a first down run, and stays in bounds, tiptoeing into Legacy territory.
Yeah, we've seen that from Jeremiah Drake a couple of times this afternoon. That elusiveness for the 6'5" senior quarterback. This is kind of winning time, right, for Legends. This is one of your final drives. You got to get points here.
Well, he's been running the ball really well. I mean, for a guy who is that big, as you mentioned, 6'5", 220, a guy who can work with that speed training in the offseason, as we mentioned, and even during the season, it's really paying off for him. He's very nimble. And he's looking at a 4 wide receiver set here, spreading them out. Handles the low snap, light on his feet, and out of bounds. Good pursuit on the part of Team Legacy's defense in blue.
As Adam LeDuc, who is bringing the pressure. It's also a good old-fashioned coverage sack. See what Mill Coleman's got here, man.
You mentioned his nickname earlier. In Farmington, they used to call him Mill the Thrill Coleman. He needs some thrilling theatrics from his offense here to get back into it with 5.5 remaining. Swing pass and a short one to Morgan, so incomplete. Well, he had some room to run too, didn't he?
Yeah, it's one of those throws as a quarterback that's harder than it looks. You're running away from pressure, can't set your feet. Had to have been such a good and cool high school career for Jeremiah Drake. His younger brother Noah was a center at Godwin Heights, and his dad was one of his coaches. It's a family affair.
Not bad. Right? Makes it feel even more comfortable. And when you win and you accomplish something, it makes it that more rewarding. 3rd and long, pressure off the edge. He unloads. Oh, big time hit. That guy played quarterback a little bit for Stevenson, but overall, when you look at the type of delivery that Madonna delivers here, you can see why he's a great linebacker.
That's 225 pounds of beef coming right in your living room. Woo! Now, you talked about how he played quarterback and linebacker at Sterling Heights Stevenson. This weekend at Ford Field, we saw the outstanding Josh Burnham play linebacker and quarterback for Traverse City Central. Madonna did the same thing for Sterling Heights Stevenson.
Burnham, a finalist for the Mr. Football Award, too. Timeout for Team Legacy before the fourth down play can be run by Team Legends. If you missed any of the weekend action for the state championship, it's at the bottom of your screen, scrolling throughout, and we'll show you who won here. It was kind of exciting because there's a number of new teams in there that you hadn't seen before. On Friday, Hudson doubled up Beale City, De La Salle in a blowout that surprised some. Lansing Catholic Central really good, and that tradition continues. And then Chelsea won their first ever, coming from 28 points down in the third to stun Hudsonville Unity Christian.
Matt, I am shocked that you still have a voice after calling that last game on Friday night. That was insane. Congrats to PW, eking it out over Lawton yesterday. First time that Lawton made the state title game. Rochester Adams and Belleville, I think they're still scoring touchdowns. Belleville wins their first ever state championship. Congratulations to them. Grand Rapids Catholic Central has just made a living out of this. They won another one. And Detroit King and DeWitt, a game that all high school football fans in the state were waiting for all year, lived up to the hype. What a stop for the Crusaders late in that ball game. Dante Moore and his mates are state champs.
On a 4th and half a yard for DeWitt to take the lead late at Ford Field, Martin Luther King came up huge and preserved what turned out to be their 5th state championship. 4th and long for Legends. They got to have it. Rolling the pocket. Pressure comes, and it is caught. Beautiful throw and a nice connection. First time that he's found Jaron Vandersberg from Reith's Puffer today.
This is a great throw. You talk about athleticism. On the run, throwing a dime. You can't defend that.
Bought himself some time, and then a nice job by Vanderberg to get open. Here's a guy who, while at his job, used to write down the playbook on pieces of paper and try to memorize it from there, and his boss and coworkers would constantly find it and joke that we're going to sell your playbook to whoever you're playing this weekend. Drake throws wide open and caught off a tip pass, touchdown. What concentration by Wesley Faulkner to get his team a little closer.
I mean, look, if you got this athleticism, go do it, Jeremiah Drake. You got a little help from the tip drill. Faulkner, the beneficiary, Stephen Brown off his fingertips. But, I mean, the arm strength. Come on now. This is across the field. That's at least a 50, 60-yard throw.
Never gave up on the football, never gave up on the play, and that's the result, getting them to within 6. They're going to move it back to the 15. They're going to go for 3. Still some time with under 5 minutes to go.
Matt, I can guarantee one thing. They are not going to run outside zone.
Right. Bill Coleman's going to move his quarterback, one would guess. They seem, that's maybe the most impressive thing about these Qs today. I mean, their ability to run while on, or throw while on the run has been really impressive. It's a 3 wide receiver set. Off play action, they do roll it. Looking back, now back of the end zone. Meath is there. Hauled it in. He did catch it. Wow, what a grab. Ben Meath loves the back of the end zone. That's a one-handed grab for the senior from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Legends got a little help from a tip drill. And this is all skill right there. That would have been good in the NFL. Put that one on your highlight reel. This game summary brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. What a thrilling second half. We were tied at 18 at the break. Ollie Murray, the quarterback for Team Legacy, went to work. He found his high school teammate in the corner of the end zone for the second time today, and then went Evan Martin, and Jalen Silver, who pulled away from the defense. And then Legends responds, and they get Jeremiah Drake involved in their offense a little bit more. He used his strength, his size, his arm strength as well, and a little help. Wesley Faulkner off the tip, and then back of the end zone, a 3-point conversion. First time we've seen the extra point converted here today, and it was an unbelievable grab by Ben Meath to get the team to within 3.
It's going to be interesting to see how Legacy plays this, right? It is an all-star game, but you want to win. You want to bleed some clock. Cronus Hammond on the carry. Matt, you were just talking about all those great plays that Legends just had. The orchestrator of that, Jeremiah Drake, standing by with Brooke.
Yeah, I'm here with the guys now. Huge momentum swing there. Walk me through that play.
So I was rolling out right, and I got spun by someone. And as I was coming back around, I was looking to run, and then I just saw him upfield and threw it.
All right, well, the guy that you found in the end zone, Wesley Faulkner, I mean, what was going through your mind in that moment?
So realistically, I thought I was open, and then as the ball was coming towards me, the DB is making a great play on it. Luckily, he didn't catch it, and I just reacted and made a play and went.
Well, Jeremiah, you're throwing dimes today. You're going off. I mean, what has been clicking so well for you?
Just throwing it deep. I like throwing it deep.
You're an early riser. Is it true that you get up at 4:15 every day to do your workout?
Yeah, I get up and do speed training and lifting every morning.
4:15.
What time do you go to bed?
What time do you go to bed?
Like 9:30, 10.
Wow, you don't need much sleep, huh? Do you get up at 4:15 for your workout?
No, I don't.
Neither do I. Neither do I. All right, well, Legends, they have never won here at the All-Star Game. And so you guys were telling me before they came down to us that Legacy was kind of the front runners here. Well, I mean, what is it going to take for you guys? You're down 3 to take this thing home.
It's going to take a good job from our defense. You know, they've been working hard in practice all week, and I think they can stop them right now. And then we just need to work together on our offense to get our job done, get this lead.
What do you say, Jeremiah? Maybe find him in the end zone one more time?
Our defense needs a big stop, and then we got to go score.
All right. Well, we'll let you get back out there, get the job done maybe. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Brooke, thanks very much. See, Evan's been up till 4:15, but he's never gotten up at 4:15. That's really impressive. Here's another look at that 2-point conversion. Incredible catch by Ben Mee.
I mean, you talk about athleticism. That's incredible. As you said earlier, Matt, that would have been good in the NFL. Ben's a great athlete. He plays baseball for the outstanding St. Mary's baseball program as well.
That Orchard Lake St. Mary's baseball team won a national championship, 42-1. Our good friend and our colleague Dan Petrie helping his son Matt Petrie win that state championship. They got some outstanding players. Ben Meath helping the football team do what they do best year in and year out. And very competitive league. Under 4 minutes to go here.
Big call here, 3rd down 2. Straight run for Murray. He hasn't done that much today, but works out here. He got a 1st down. Keep that clock ticking.
Clark and Udemba at the bottom of that pile, but not before Murray moves the chains.
And runs like that, you got to give shout-outs to the O-line. Chris Treppa, the center from Warren Woods Tower, helping to lead the surge on that one. Aiden Webb, Brighton Bulldog to his right. Faze Alziadi, the senior from Dearborn-Fordson, on his left. He squats 600. I do not squat that much.
In other words, he just squats a small car.
He squats like 3 of me. Clock management here for Legacy. There's a curious handoff, and 3 Legends defensive linemen meet Hammond in the backfield.
And led by Tyler Stolsky, the outstanding linebacker from Portage Central, who was an All-State selection a year ago. 8 different D1 offers for Stolsky at 6'3", 220. Great legacy for him personally. And here's Devin Gardner in Team Legacy's huddle.
We're going outside zone right. You guys are taking pass. Outside zone right. Okay. We're going to go ahead and roll our QB out. Number 1, you have to go. Number 2, you have the 10-yard out. And number 3, you have the 10-yard out. What about the wheel? Okay. All right. So, hey, outside zone. Hey, outside zone right. Outside zone right. Move left. Okay. If you get that end is there, you just cut it up again.
And get out of it just to make sure you can get around. You get around. If he's open, but you got 10 yards to run, you go run and go get slide down. But get the 1st down. Don't start your slide before the 1st down.
By the way, that's Rick Pop, their coach inside there. Rick Pop was a quarterback at Livonia Franklin. Left-handed thrower. I actually played against him in high school. So you got a go route, and you got 2 out patterns, right?
Yep.
So off play action here for the outside zone fake.
Now we're rolling like Devin wanted him to.
Wide open.
Oh my goodness, Evan Martin. Kiss him goodbye. What a day for Farmington High. Martin and Silver are balling.
Well, it's one thing faking. It's another thing faking out the defensive backfield. Somebody bit, and they shouldn't have. Murray just had to collect himself, and all that is a fly ball. And all you got to do is camp under it and let your athleticism do the rest. He was so wide open. Sometimes those are the most challenging passes to throw and catch but no problem for Murray or Martin as they connect for the second time today.
Now Ollie Murray has just been incredible to watch. That's 5 touchdowns. Decent little day of work.
I'm thinking hardware for him after this is over.
I think so too.
Although some of his wide receivers have been just as impressive.
Former Pioneer Murray tried to give it, but we got a whistle.
Delay a game. So they'll replay the 1-point try. There's Rick Pop looking at his chart sheet, and there's Devin Gardner. Devin, I heard you guys say a go route and 2 out patterns off the play action. Did you know that the go route would be open, or did you just have a feeling that's what you want to first look at?
He does that, the defensive end falls. The whole idea is to get outside, beat the defensive end. He does that, the defensive end falls, and then when you get outside, if a guy's wide open, give him a nice easy throw like he does there, and get in the end zone. I mean, Murray is playing out of his mind right now, and I love every second of it.
Yeah, he's been dynamite. Woo! There you go. You catch your breath, but thanks for all the insight, because that was really good stuff. Really good stuff.
Dylan Durrett's the guy who catches that pass from Murray. You talk about a guy in rhythm. It's been so impressive, Matt, to watch Murray rolling out and throwing like that. He's just so smooth.
Yeah, remember the touchdown throw, Ev, was he rolled the opposite way of his arm, and then this time he rolls to it, and pretty darn good for Murray to be able to scan his way, and like Evan said, guy wide open, but sometimes it's a little bit more challenging. You don't want to overthrow him, you don't want to undercut him either, but he put it in a place where his wide receiver could make an easy catch. Olasek back in. Zach Olasek from Livonia Franklin finds Ben Meath, who went down to a knee at the 30-yard line.
Didn't have to catch that one with one hand.
That was a little bit easier. He made the most spectacular catch of the day for a 3-point conversion. It's been Ollie Murray's day overall. Olasek down at the line of scrimmage. We're approaching 2 minutes here.
Only the one timeout for Legends, and that clock ticking.
Yeah. It's not just trying to get a score, it's trying to get a score quickly because you need the ball back. The Dukes had a nice game. Olasek knocked away. Good defensive play. Good read, huh?
Daniel Kaiser, the senior from Waterford Mod, who just had a heck of a year. 123 tackles.
That is a ton. And you know what good linebackers will tell you. They'll say a lot of that, they'll give a lot of credit to the defensive linemen. They're engaged and are freeing him up to make his reads and fill those holes.
Daniel's another guy who has a lot of sisters in the household. He's got 3 of them. He was also the long snapper for Mott. Like he didn't do enough.
Under 2 minutes for Zach Olasek. Fourth and 5, they got to have it. And they get it. Look out, breakaway speed. Oh boy, can he scoop. Kellen Reed has been outstanding. Had a great first half, and there were about 3 or 4 legacy players around him, and he just broke free and was about to leave them in their dust.
I mean, I tell you what, Grand Valley is getting one of the fastest football players we have seen all fall. There were 3 guys around him, and he nearly ran through all of them. Woo!
Fast and quick. And great hands from Kellen Reed. Olasek looks his way again for the corner and incomplete. Reed peeled it off, and their intended receiver was Cassius Blankenberg. Both boasting Holt helmets here today.
We were talking about this earlier, but how awesome is it in this game that each player is wearing the helmet from their school?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's good for the school. It's good for high school football in general. As you and I were talking earlier in our broadcast, it's reminiscent of the old Major League Baseball All-Star games.
They used to do that in the NBA too.
Yeah, and the NFL. They do it in the Pro Bowl. Yeah. Second and 10. This has been a really good football game. Olesen got a man, but overshot him, and it's intercepted. Adam Romani's done it on the offensive side of the ball, and now the defensive side of the ball, and a flag on the play. Roughing the passer on Legacy.
Well, Devin Gardner's been preaching discipline all day. That is not the time to get that penalty. So now Legends has got a pulse.
They'll move the ball inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line for Team Legends. Down 10, have to score quickly here. Zach Olasek will try and do just that. And knowing there's no special teams, it's not like you can kick an onside field goal here. Right. So if you score, what you have to do is you have to hope for a turnover for Legacy. You got to force a turnover because you only have one timeout at your disposal. Wesley Faulkner, who has a touchdown catch and visited with our Brooke Fletcher moments ago, is to the left hip of Olasek. He'll loft it for the corner. Meath has got it. Another strong catch by a big wide receiver in Ben Meath, who went tumbling to the turf.
The effort in this game has been outstanding to watch. Ben, you're allowed to smile after making another incredible touchdown catch, my friend. Watch this again. I mean, that's a pretty ball and a prettier catch. He turned backward to make another highlight reel play. I mean, Stephen Brown, the defensive back, after Meath caught that ball, shoved his fist into the turf. He's probably thinking, what more do I have to do?
At 6'5", 195, Orchard Lake St. Mary's wants him to play some basketball. He was focused primarily on baseball for a long, long time, but the love for football just drew him closer and closer to this sport and wants to play at the next level, and he has been fantastic here today.
So Legends going for 3 here to make it a 1-point game. And time out of the field.
If they could talk in the organizers to make it a 4-point play from midfield, perhaps.
December 11th and 12th, throughout the Legacy centers across the state of Michigan, visit Legacy Football.
Maybe the last chance for this defense for Team Legacy to shine here.
Another connection with Meath. Watch the concentration. Great grab.
You talked about his size, right? 6'5", 195. Yeah. That's just so hard for defensive backs, specifically Stephen Brown, who's 5'10". Yeah. Most defensive backs are in that similar size range, and when you got a quarterback who can throw it up, pretty darn good.
But smart by Zach Olasek, right? I mean, you notice there are one-on-ones, and there are certain advantages your offensive playmakers have. Size, height is part of it. So why not throw it to the pylon, let him go get it. If he's not going to get it, it falls incomplete, and you live for another play.
Well, we were talking about Matt Stafford earlier, right? In all those years he was playing here in Detroit with Calvin Johnson. He's on record saying, look, if the big guy was out there, I'm throwing it to him because of size mismatches. Doesn't matter what level of football. You got a big wide receiver, throw the ball to him and trust him to make a play. Ben Meath has been making plays.
That's one of the easier throws for quarterbacks because that's what you practice all the time. You put a garbage can in that far corner and you just practice on throwing it into the garbage can. He did that, and Ben Meath was able to collect it. Here's the 3-point conversion. Meath is not on the field for this. They roll the pocket, and it's off the fingertips of Kellen Reed. Legacy gets it back at the 25-yard line.
Legacy's got a shot here, Matt, to close it out. For what it's worth, Team Legacy has never lost in this game.
Yeah, Brooke made mention of that during the interview with Jeremiah Drake. I was a little surprised to hear that. I didn't realize that.
I know it's an all-star game, and it's not exactly a meaningful thing, right? But it is a little quirky, right? I don't think Murray's going to throw one more time.
I don't think so either. Devin, I would assume, is this victory formation for you?
It's the greatest play in football. You know what it is, Shep. You're a quarterback. Why would we risk anything? Yeah. Now, Dim Ryder thought that we wouldn't throw a pass before when we were running our 4-minute offense, but because of my trust in the players, you got to give them a shot, right?
Listen, I never know with you, because playing poker with you, I mean, you have that poker face. You never know what you got.
We will not run a play. I
never know if you've got those 4 bullets in your hand. That is the knee by Murray.
It's fitting that he's the guy to take the final snaps,
it
right?
Really
How darn
is.
good he played today.
You can use your timeout if you want, Mill. Won't matter. Do the math. Oh, he out? Out of timeouts. That's it. Hey, group, let's clap until we finish this. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Very good job, guys. That's a good team win. That's a good team win.
Devin Gardner has so much energy, but don't kid yourself. He wants to win at everything he does. I don't care if you're playing him in billiards, darts, or cards. He wants to win, and his team did win today.
40-second clock. What are we doing? That's it. No, he said they're gone.
You know what? This is a really fun ball game today, wasn't it?
Oh, it was really so much fun. I mean, look, in a game like this, in a showcase like this, you want guys on both sides of the ball to have the chance to make plays. You want some memories, you want some moments, and that is exactly what happened today. Legacy is technically the winner, but I think everyone on this field today can go home all across our great state of Michigan with a smile on their face, because this was a heck of an afternoon.
You and I feel like winners today, too, because we had a chance to watch some highly skilled players perform. Time now for the lead foundation player of the game, and Evan, it's no surprise, it's the lead quarterback for Team Legacy, Ollie Murray.
I mean, look, it all started with a flea flicker for 6 on the first play of the game, and the former Dearborn Pioneer finding his teammate and childhood best friend, Adam Ramoudi, a couple of times today. But it was just so impressive watching the various throws that Murray made, putting it in the right pockets, rolling out, and giving his athletes and his speedsters a chance to make plays. Sometimes as a quarterback, all you got to be is a really good point guard, and today Murray was a Hall of Famer.
Brooke Fletcher is down on the field. She's been doing a great job all day long talking to the players and the coaches, and she's got the offensive and defensive players of the game today. Brooke?
Yeah, Shep, I'm here with Ollie Murray and Sean Field. Guys, what a competitive game. Describe what this experience was like for you guys.
On defense, it was just exciting to go out there and hit the boys, hit the opposing teammates, and especially with the Parker twins in there too. They're just dominating, and it was just fun to get out there and especially watch the offense do what they did. They did a good job getting the ball out there and making big plays. So,
yeah, big plays. 5 touchdowns, sir. You were making it look easy. What was working so well for you?
I mean, coach was just calling them plays. It's just routes and everything. We were just completing it to these skilled guys. These guys are all-stars. They're here for a reason. They're just here for a reason. I know. They're just these guys are all special. That's why they're here.
All right, well, congratulations, you guys. Now I'll send it up to the announcer for player introductions.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Now I'd like to take a moment to present our MVPs. First, from the Legends, on offense, with 135 yards passing and 3 touchdowns and 1 3-point conversion and 43 rushing yards, number 11, Jeremiah Drake. On the defensive side for the Legends, with 8 tackles, wearing number 5, Carson De Serrano from Monroe. He also had an interception and 2 pass breakups for the Monroe Trojan. On the defensive side for the Legacy, Wearing number 24, Sean Field. Sean had 1 sack, 3 tackles, and a pass breakup. On the offensive side, with 392 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, and 1 one-point conversion from the Pioneers of Dearborn High, wearing number 9, Ollie Murray. And now presenting the trophy to the winning team from Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, General Manager Joe Rodriguez. To the Legacy team and Coach Devin Gardner.
Don't care if it's an all-star game or not. It's always thrilling to win. It's always thrilling to see young men fulfill a dream. Many of them did that here today, Evan, and it was an absolute blast for us here on Bally Sports.
Such a pleasure for us to cover this event. It's becoming an annual tradition. It's been a pleasure for us to cover football across our great state, from the sweltering heat of August in downtown Detroit, now to the snowy days of late November here in Brighton. Thanks for joining us from beginning to end, and we capped it off with an absolute barn burner from Brighton. What a ball game in the Legacy Senior All-Star Game. For Matt Shepard, producer Brian Henry, director Max Simpson, and the rest of our entire Bally Sports crew, Evan Stockton saying so long from Brighton. Legacy beats Legends 37-33. Devin Gardner, a winner. Thanks for joining us on Bally Sports. We'll see you next fall for some more Football Fridays.